guys, welcome in. Yo, yo, dang girl, you like look at me, look at eyes. I just started. Welcome in, guys. How are you? You closed the door on me already. You just got here. You gotta stay here. I hope you're locking the doors. Welcome in, friends. My name is Blasian Bunny. I sell exotic snacks from all over the world, places like Taiwan, Japan, India, the Netherlands, just to name a few, and even some limited edition USA snacks. Friends, this show is a different show today. This is going to be I do this about every other week, 2 times a month, where I do a seller support show where I come here on Whatnot and I answer questions for you guys. Hold on 1 second. Mm-mm. I answered questions for you guys. When I started here on Whatnot, y'all, I didn't know anyone who did live selling or anything like this at all. In my personal life, I didn't know anybody online who did it. I didn't have anyone to ask questions to. So this is my way to give back to the community and just talk. I'm here for the snacks for the big bags. What's up, Riddle? How are you? We're not doing snacks today. I mean, technically they're in the bin. If you click this little button right here, but today we're doing a Q&A show to help new sellers here on the platform. That's what the goal of today's show is. But I will be on tomorrow, though. I will be on tomorrow. How are you, friend? What did you say last time? Riddle, you was like snacks, big backs with big cracks or something, little cracks. I remember that. You don't remember? Ah, I remember. That's so funny. If you guys could do me a quick favor, if you guys could answer the poll that we have up above. What's your Whatnot seller status? Are you approved but no shows yet? Are you new? Less than 6 months? Intermediate? 6 to 12 months? Pro? More than a year? Or maybe you're a buyer on here and you're like, you know what? I've been spending quite look. I've been spending my paycheck up, so I probably should start selling on here too. Y'all look. You know who you are. No shade, no shade. If you guys, I am multi-streaming today on YouTube. So if you guys don't know what Whatnot is an amazing new platform. It's basically like a live selling platform with tons of categories. You guys can sell literally anything you guys want. I think there's like 30 plus categories here on Whatnot, where you do live shows, you sell things. I personally sell exotic snacks from around the world. There's a sneaker category, there is a clothing category, there's jewelry, there's makeup, there's fishing, there's knives, there's literally anything that your heart can desire. So that's what we're talking about today. Can you explain the shipping process? I plan on selling soon. Sure, Noel, have you been approved as a seller yet? And the reason why I ask that is because when people are approved as sellers, what's up, Kevin? Yeah, cologne and perfume also. Not yet. Okay. Well, I will say definitely make sure that you apply, because when you do apply, you get opened up to the Whatnot Sellers Academy, and that is going to teach you everything you guys need to know, crystals as well, about how shipping works. I will tell you in a nutshell how it works, but Whatnot does have a whole website dedicated to breaking everything down. Okay, so shipping is very, very easy. It can be kind of complicated at first when you guys are first starting, but I promise once you guys figure it out, it's literally the easiest part here on Whatnot. Okay, so all of the shipping on Whatnot right now goes to United States Postal Services, USPS, and how it works for at least my shows is I do priority shipping, which is going to be 5 pounds of snacks in my case for $9.21. If someone buys something here on Whatnot, maybe they buy multiple things on your show. At the end of your show, you'll get something in an email called a show summary, and it will show you what each individual person got so that you don't have to keep track of that. You can print off a packing slip that tells you everything they got, and they will also provide you with a shipping label. And then you just put everything that they got, like the receipt, in the box, all the contents of their box, and you slap the label on the box. It's very, very easy, guys. I feel like people get really nervous about the shipping process on here, y'all. But I actually is there anything in particular that you're wanting to know when it comes to shipping? Because girl, look, I could talk about shipping for about 2 hours. So if there's something in general that you're wanting me to talk about, please let me know, and I can kind of break down that for you. But it's pretty easy once you get the hang of it, y'all. It's very easy, I promise. And also, you do get free packing supplies through the United States Postal Service if you guys make an account at USPS.com. You read my mind. You read my mind. You just make an account and they will deliver you guys free boxes. Free boxes. Let me show you guys really quick. Look, free boxes. All those boxes they sent to my house for 100% free. All you have to do is go on their website, y'all, and tell them how many you want. Okay. Those ones have to be priority boxes though, and I know that's a little bit more advanced when I talk about priority versus first class. But I promise y'all, it is very, very simple. Everyone's shipping method is going to be a little bit different here on the platform depending on what you sell. Obviously, if you're selling jewelry, it's going to be a lot different than you shipping a vacuum cleaner. So it really depends, Noelle, on what you're going to be selling. If you have an idea of what you're going to be selling, just give me a little bit more information so I can give you guys a little bit more detail. Okay, let me go back up. If you guys have a particular question, make sure that you put a question mark behind it so that it appears yellow so that I can see it, okay? Um, Also, if you guys know, Whatnot took away our past shows, which means you cannot rewatch this show. However, friends, there is a workaround around it. If you guys purchase this little icon down below to rewatch the show, you'll be able to watch the full show through your video receipt for 60 days. So if that's something you guys are interested in, that's what it means. If you guys want me to go in detail exactly, definitely let me know. I will be sending you guys stickers if you guys do get that way, because I have to send you something if you purchase. But that's what that is. If you guys want to rewatch this show, because there's gonna be a lot of gems. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of gems we drop in here today. Okay, so if you need to rewatch it, or you guys can go to my YouTube channel as well. I'm gonna drop that really quick for you guys if you want to rewatch it there. Make sure you subscribe though. If you're gonna go over there, y'all can at least subscribe to you, girl. Okay. So we're gonna do on YouTube. My name on there is almost the exact same. I'm gonna type it out for you guys, and then I see some questions going. So we're gonna do that next. Okay, give me 1 second. So YouTube is going to be Blasian Bunny TV. Okay, so make sure y'all go to subscribe to me, please. Please and thank you. I appreciate you. You guys won't regret it. I'm gonna be dropping some really cool content on there about Whatnot. Okay. Okay, there it is. YouTube, Blasian Bunny TV. Okay, let me scroll back up. I know there were some questions. Really Dilly, welcome in. Really Dilly Vintage says it seems that it only allows you to ship packaging 12 inches and under. How can you change it? Yes, you can ship more than that. Hi, welcome in. How are you, collector? You can ship bigger than that, but please understand if you do ship bigger than that, that is going to up the cost of the shipping. Okay, what's up, Lasered? How are you? It is going to up the cost of shipping on there. So when you actually finish your show, you can go adjust the shipping requirements or dimensions of that. It just really depends on what you're going to be shipping. If you're going to be shipping really, really large items, I would highly recommend you doing ground advantage for 5 pounds or more for that. And we can go in more detail about, I know shipping is a huge subject here on the platform. But yes, you technically can, but it's more about weight. But when you start messing with the dimensions, it is going to up the price as well. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. But you can definitely change it if you need to. Guys, remember, if you have a question, don't forget to put a question mark behind it so that it appears yellow. It's just easier for me to spot it, okay, guys? And if I don't see your comment, guys, I'm super sorry. We got a lot of stuff going on, okay? All right, next up is Caroline 78893. She said, "Are people horrible to you? I'm worried that they'll be nasty." You know what, Carolyn? Unfortunately, we live in the world where all people aren't nice people. So it does happen sometimes. We call those trolls here on Whatnot. It happens sometimes, but you know what? Whatnot has this amazing feature called block. And I use it all the time if I need to, guys. Don't let people destroy your piece. They'll come in, they'll say weird things. One time, y'all, I was showing some hot sauces because y'all know I sell exotic snacks. And this man told me that he wanted to put the hot sauce on my toes and lick it off, y'all. It was so weird and inappropriate. But you know what I did, y'all? I just blocked him. And when you block them, you just kick them from the show and you just keep moving on. People are nasty and rude sometimes, but look, I know he could at least tip me. I mean, you can't just be saying stuff like that and no show no money. I'm just kidding, guys. Yeah, it was pretty creepy. But yes, we can't help it. That's just the world we live in. Unfortunately, everyone is not a nice person. But that's okay though, guys. You get to protect your peace on here. As a seller, you get to block people or kick people out of the show if they're being inappropriate. If you never want to see that person ever again, you just hit the block button. That means they can never enter your show again. Does it happen often? No, not really, but it will happen sometimes. There's not really anything we can do about it besides use that block button. Okay, look. Keep your block finger strong if you need to, okay, friends? Don't let people ruin your peace, okay? All right, friends, let's see if you guys have a question. Don't forget to, thank you, Jay, I appreciate you. Don't forget to put a question mark behind it so that it appears yellow. Okay, let's see here. What's out? What else? Sweet Dash, let's see here. How do you keep track of your profits? Do you use an external software or you just track it manually? Great question. I feel like everyone is going to have a very, very different method when it comes to this. When it comes to mines, I don't necessarily track it on like an Excel sheet or anything like that. I kind of gather all of my like receipts or invoices that I use for the month and kind of look at it that way. There's also a really amazing feature in this sellers hub. If you guys become sellers or get approved as sellers, you will have access to the sellers hub. But if you're not approved as a seller, you won't see this what I'm talking about just yet. There's a section on there called analytics, and the analytics is an amazing resource where you guys can see what you're making, how much you made per show, what did you make this year last versus last year, how many hours you streamed, how many shows you've done. So I feel like if you are thinking about your profits, make sure that you're looking at your analytics to keep track. That's kind of what I do. I do it every like third of the month, and I look at the previous month to see how I improved, and I have all my invoices and stuff, so I know how much I spent, if that makes sense. But everyone does it something differently. If you guys are a seller here on the platform and you guys want, I'm not the only one who has answers. Excuse me. So if you guys want to answer as well, just comment down below. Comment down below. Let us know what you guys do. You guys are more than welcome to answer the questions as well. Okay. All right, y'all. Let's see what else we got. Collectors Vault 2025 said sports cards. I don't have any sports cards, friend. Are you telling me you sell sports card? I'm not sure what you're trying to say there, friend. All right, friends. Ideal Crystal says, please walk us new sellers on how to get reduced shipping for giveaways. Okay, Crystal. Look here, friend. Look here, friend. I'm gonna give you your answer after I tell you the real answer. I feel like as a new seller, you should not be doing giveaways. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the reason why I say that is because you never want to work in the negative. As a new seller, nobody knows you yet. You don't want to be passing out free stuff and you haven't made any money yet. You get what I'm saying? I know it's very tempting to do a giveaway because there's people in here, but I promise you guys, it's not a requirement here on the platform. It's not a requirement. I'm gonna say it again. It is not a requirement on the platform. Just because you do a giveaway doesn't mean someone's going to buy something. It doesn't mean they're going to come back. It doesn't mean any of that. And I also want to let you guys know if someone wins a giveaway. Now, I learned this the hard way. Okay, friends? Thank you so much, Fly. I appreciate you. That when you do a giveaway for someone and you do giveaways, please understand that anyone that receives a giveaway also can leave a review. So there are times where I've done out of the kindness of my heart sticker giveaways or candy giveaways or something like that. And then I end up getting a bad review because they didn't like the way that something tastes or they didn't like what the sticker said. Or you guys have to also keep that in mind as well. That will negatively affect you as well. Another thing, if you're doing the reduced shipping method, yes, people do suck. People do suck. If you're going to be doing the reduced method, let me show you guys. Hold on one second. The reduced method is like if you're shipping something in an envelope like this, it's called PWE. PWE stands for plain white envelope. Obviously mine's not white, but it's the same thing, guys. When you're shipping in an envelope, please keep in mind that there's no tracking for an envelope. There's no tracking number for an envelope like it is for a package. So that being said, this envelope might take 2 weeks. This giveaway might take 2 weeks to get to someone, and now they might leave you a bad review because the shipping took too long, which is totally out of our hands because once we give it to the post office, there's nothing that we can do because there's no tracking number on an envelope. So I can tell you how to do the free shipping for a giveaway, but I highly don't suggest that you do it as a new seller. I'm just saying, guys. Look, I'm your friend. Remember, I'm your whatnot bestie that's gonna tell you like it is, y'all. Look, whatnot giveaways are not required. Okay. But if you do, if you're like, okay, I'll take the risk of that. Thank you. I appreciate you, Sweet Dash. If you really do want to do the reduced method on whatnot for shipping, when it comes to giveaways, you have to make sure that you go into your shipping settings here on whatnot. I do it through my phone. I'm not sure how to do it on the computer, but on the phone, it's going to be the top notch. So like the part where you're picking shipping. Let me see if I can pull it up on my iPad, y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up. It's gonna be like where you pick your shipping at for priority versus flat rate. On the top, it's gonna be like a little toggle that says that you want to use flat um first class shipping for under 3 ounces. That's what you're gonna need to pick if you guys decide that you want to do that method. Let's see, do I even have it updated here on my iPad? Y'all, hold on one second. I charged my iPad, y'all, but look, y'all know what, not be having the updates. All right, y'all, let me see if I can figure it out. So make sure you have that little icon toggled on the front. Y'all, look, it's telling me no, you can't do it. Why? Hold on, y'all, my iPad being funny. Look, it's giving me the spinning wheel of death, y'all. Okay, well, I'm gonna just try to explain it. Where you go to the shipping profile, not shipping profiles, but the for priority and flat rate at the tippy top, it's gonna be a toggle that you have to turn on. That is gonna be first class shipping under 3 ounces. After you do that, friends, you're gonna have to make sure that when you go into your show, that you do the giveaway under the category of stickers. Let's see if I can show you guys how to do that really quick on my computer. Again, okay, hold on. This is gonna be a weird angle, y'all. Work with me for a second, okay? Okay, so you go here. So hold on. We're going to go to giveaway. We're going to go to add, temporary listing, this category right here. You're going to want to click this and go all the way down to the very bottom and hit stickers. If you hit anything else, there's a couple other categories. There's stickers, there's Pokemon cards, there's ephemera, there's a couple other categories that you can use. But I would just say, just to keep it safe, use the stickers. Use the stickers category, okay? That's how you do it, okay? Yeah, any of the cards will work. Pokemon, One Piece, Magic, anything like that. Okay, another thing, if you're going to be doing PWE, which stands for plain white envelope. I know this is brown, y'all, just but it still works. Plain white envelope shipping when it comes to giveaways. I want you to understand you cannot put everything in this envelope. Okay? Here's a lip gloss. This lip gloss fits inside of this envelope, but guess what? I can seal it just fine, but the post office will not accept this. And what happens is, if they do accept it and don't reject it back, when your customer gets this, they will have to pay $4.25 to receive this because this is not a flat envelope. This is technically considered a package now. If you're going to be using the shipping method that is going to be the 73 cents, you have to use something flat like a postcard or stickers or something like that. Okay. I wish I had my envelope. Hold on. Let me see, y'all. Let me show y'all what happens if you don't do that properly, y'all. I'm gonna show you. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Give me 1 second. Here it is, right here. I kept this on perfect, just on purpose, just so I can show you guys what happens if you don't follow directions. The post office. Now, y'all, I was using these very flat coffee packets. Let me show you. I thought this would work, but it didn't. Do I have one? I was doing these as giveaways because y'all know I sell exotic snacks. This is a Mr. Brown's coffee. It's gonna be, to me, I thought it was pretty flat. You know what I mean? I was just putting these in the envelopes and shipping it as my giveaways. But y'all, look, the post office kindly said girl bye, and it says that if my customer would have received this, in order for them to pick up their free giveaway, they would have had to pay $4.25. Now guess what happens now? They're going to leave you a bad review. They're going to leave you a bad review for a free giveaway that you gave out of the kindness of your heart. So if you're going to be doing the PWE method, the reduced shipping method, when it comes to giveaways, you got to make sure that you're using something flat. And the reason why it has to be something flat is because this is going to process through a machine, And if it's not flat, it will break their machine. And that's why they're sending things back and you'll get something like this. Does that make sense, my friends? So that's how you do it. But do I recommend it if you're a new seller? No, for several different reasons. Don't start off losing money. Does that make sense, friends? Y'all get what I'm saying? Okay. Yes, y'all. It's the worst. And I think I don't even do as many giveaways anymore, even as an established seller, because I was getting these bad reviews for people because they were saying the part that made me upset was I was getting bad reviews because they said the shipping was taking too long. because when they're here on Whatnot and they're getting packages, they're expecting to get their package within the 2 to 3 business days for priority shipping. But again, with an envelope like this, it's going to take, it might take a week, it might take 2 weeks. This is not a priority and there's no tracking number on it. So I was so upset because I was getting bad reviews, y'all. It's just, it's not worth it to me. So I usually only do I usually, even as an established seller, y'all, I will usually only do giveaways now when I'm getting rated by someone. If you guys don't know what a raid is, that's when people from another show who are ending their show bring all of their friends over here to watch us on our show. Okay? Does that? I hope that makes sense, y'all. I know that was a lot just for giveaways, but that's my personal opinion when it comes to giveaways. Okay? Okay, let's continue on, guys. Remember, if you have a question, be sure to put a question mark behind it so that it appears yellow. Okay? Okay, and again, friends, if you guys want to rewatch this show, it is down below. You have a 60-day time to watch the show through your video receipt. Okay, friends? All right, let me go back up. Let me see if there's any other questions that I'm missing. Oh, let me tell you guys a little bit about myself. Again, my name is Blasian Bunny. I sell exotic snacks from all over the world, friends. I have a wide variety of chips, candies, drinks, cakes, cookies, chocolate bars, all that fun stuff, y'all. We look. I got all the good stuff. I got all the good stuff. So I know this is not a selling show, but y'all come hang out with me at another time so y'all can see all the snacks, okay? That's what I do on here. But I've been on the platform. My very first show was actually on Halloween of 2023, and I did not start off in the food and drinks category. I actually started off in women's contemporary. So I did a lot of like women's activewear. I did like Nike, Lululemon, all that Adidas, all that fun stuff, y'all. And I actually started with stuff that I already had, stuff that I had like in my closet that I wasn't wearing anymore, things that I couldn't fit, things that I had brand new with tags that I never wore. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We all got that dress in the back of the closet that we say we're gonna wear to that wedding, but we don't get invited to the wedding because there's no weddings right now. No, I'm kidding. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So, friends, when you are here on the platform, everyone's always like, I'm like, what are you going to sell? Or what do you sell? And they're like, I'm going to sell a little bit of everything. I highly recommend don't do that. Pick something that you want to actually do. And the reason why I say that, y'all, I've sold women's clothing. I've also sold beauty and makeup. And now I sell snacks. If I would have started with all three of those things at one time, I would have been very, very overwhelmed because all three of those types of categories require a different shipping type, meaning it's very easy to ship makeup versus a bag of chips. How do you ship one bag of chips, y'all? Like, I know how to do it now, but if I would have had to do that as I was learning, just Whatnot in general, I would have really struggled. So I would highly recommend when you are starting here on Whatnot, find one thing that you want to sell at first. Hi, how are you, secondhand mom? Find one thing that you guys want to do here first. Start with that. Once you catch on to selling, then expand to other things. That way, also, if you're picking one thing, imagine if I would have started with all three of those. I would have had to spend so much money to have all three of those categories instead of investing my money into only one of those things. You don't need a lot of items to start on Whatnot. Some people, because I know that's why I always ask in the poll, what's your Whatnot selling status? And one of them is approved but no shows yet. And I ask, why haven't you done any shows yet? And a lot of people will say, because I don't have enough inventory. I want you to take that out your mind right now. What's up, B? How are you? Take that out of your mind right now. You do not need a lot of items to have a show. Okay. Some people are like, well, I'm like, how many items do you think you need? They're like, well, other sellers have like 100 items. Don't do that. Don't do that, friends. Start small. The reason why you want to start small is because you want to make sure that you actually, thank you so much, Laser. I appreciate you, friend. You actually want to make sure that you enjoy selling. Okay, friends. Like I said, I started selling women's contemporary, okay, which is like women's fashion and activewear. And guys, I realized as I continued selling clothing, I actually didn't like selling clothing here on the platform. I have sold clothing on other platforms without it being live, but as an actual live seller, I didn't enjoy selling clothing. Not saying that clothing is a bad category, just me personally, I didn't have joy in it. So imagine if I would have bought a huge huge, let's say, Target palette or Halara palette. Now I've invested a few $1,000s in something that I really don't even want to do now. So when you're starting here on the platform, start small. Start small, okay? Because if you realize, like, hey, I don't want to do this, now you won't screw yourself over, okay? Just FYI, make sure you actually enjoy it first, okay? Because it is definitely a learning curve. I'm so glad that you're here, Kels. I'm glad that this is helping you, okay? Guys, if this is helping you, please, if you guys could do me a favor, if you have a Whatnot friend, if you can use that share button over there and share this to your friend, maybe I say something that either inspires them or helps them out. That would really, really help us. We got to grow better together, right? The reason why I do these shows, again, friend, is because when I started here on Whatnot, I didn't know anybody. I didn't know what I was doing. I've just learned as I went and I just used my best judgment. I failed a lot. I've succeeded a lot. And I just want to save you guys some time. So look, I don't have all the answers, but I do got some answers. You guys get what I'm saying? Okay, so like I said, friends, make sure you start small. If you are a new seller here on the platform, I don't think you even need more than 25 items. Start small. And the reason why is because you have to learn how the platform works. You have to learn what all these fancy buttons do. How do I make something on do bin stickers track in shipping? They don't. They do not. They do not. No, they do not. There's no tracking number on an envelope. No tracking number on an envelope, okay? Okay, what was I saying? Hold on, y'all. Let me get something to drink. Okay, I lost my train of thought. Start small. You only need about 20 to 25 items. You're like, well, I know but guys, please understand, you can always go through your items again. So when I was first doing clothing, like I said, I started with stuff that I already had in my closet. I took pictures of everything. I put everything in the bin. Okay. And I would go through 1 through 25. I would show all the clothes. And then when I got to 25, guess what I would do? I would start at number 1 again. And you're like, but excuse me, I just showed these. Yeah, but guess what, friends? Look how many people, new eyeballs are coming into my show every minute. They're a new set of eyes. So just because you feel like you've shown it 3 times, this is still their first time seeing it. So I would run through my 20, 25 items over and over again until I'm like, okay, I want to do an hour today. I'll go through an hour. I'll go through 2 hours. It's okay, friends. Don't feel like it's repetitive. It feels repetitive to you, but it's new to everyone else. Does that make sense? Am I making sense to you guys? So start off small. Start off small. Because imagine, friends, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, buy 100 items and sell out 100 items, but now you got to pack 100 items. So you want to start small so that you don't overwhelm yourself or burn out quickly. Get what I'm saying, friends? Start small because we haven't even talked about shipping yet. We haven't even got to that part yet. You gotta buy the items, you gotta sell the items, but you also have to ship the items. How the heck do I ship something? Well, it depends on what you're selling, right, friends? Obviously, earrings versus a T-shirt versus a Funko Pop versus a bag of chips. All of these are going to have different shipping methods. Selling is the easy part. Shipping, I agree. I agree. Laser, shipping is, you know what? You know what I do now, Laser? I find a good TV show to watch, and I watch because I don't watch a lot of television at all. But I will binge watch. I will binge watch me a TV show as I'm packing orders. That's what I do now to get my mind off of it, y'all. Honestly, I feel like the shipping part is the easiest part, but it's also very stressful as well, guys. So start off small, please. Baby steps, baby steps. Do we all want to sell 100 items our first show? Sure. Sure, we want to sell 100 items our first show, but please, friends, start off small, okay? Because we're going to make mistakes as we go, and that's totally fine. We're learning, but if we start off small, we can learn from those mistakes quicker. Okay, we don't want to have 7 mistakes. We want to have just maybe 1. Fix that. You get what I mean? Okay, so I was selling clothing for a while, and then I realized, okay, this is not. I love shopping, y'all. I love shopping, but I realized it wasn't for me, and that's okay. It's okay. There is literally like 30 different categories here on Whatnot. There is one that you're going to enjoy. Now, if you're someone and you're like, I know I want to sell here on the platform, but I just don't know what I want to sell, I would highly recommend doing something that brings you joy. Do something that brings you joy, because Whatnot is literally a roller coaster of emotions, dips and hills and valleys and mountains. It's a lot of work, y'all. It's a lot of work. I know that a lot of people make it look easy, but there's a lot of behind the scenes work. And if you're selling something that you truly don't enjoy, one, your sellers are going, I mean, your buyers are going to see it when they're in your shows, because you're going to be super boring and not really care what you're selling. And then two, it's easier when you actually like what you're selling, y'all. I sell snacks. I sell snacks, and I love me a good snack. I can talk about snacks all day. Do something that brings you joy, friends, okay? Who does it exactly? Do something that brings you joy. Now, I'm not saying you can't be successful if you're a guy here on the platform and you want to sell bras. I mean, sure, go for it if you really want to. But all I'm saying is, friends, is find something that you actually really enjoy, because when you're doing your shows, it doesn't really feel like you're doing a show. It just feels like you're hanging out with friends. You get what I mean? Like when I'm doing my snack shows, when y'all be in the show with me, we just be having fun. We just be talking about snacks, and it doesn't really feel like I'm working, but it doesn't feel like I'm working. Does that make sense? Okay, you guys, if you have a question, be sure to put a question mark behind your question so that it appears yellow. What's up, Reworkers Fashion? Y'all, that's my girl right there. She sells handmade soaps. Like I said, there's something on here for everyone. Do something what your heart desires, y'all. It is a lot easier. I cannot do a giveaway, my friend. I cannot do a giveaway right now, but I appreciate you asking, okay, friend? Alrighty. But you're more than welcome to buy something. I do put free things in people's boxes, so you can get a giveaway that way, my friend. I'm bidding on her. You have, oh, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, friends, speaking of, we were just talking about giveaways and things like that. That's another thing. That's another thing. So, there are going to be people, and no shade, friend, but I'm glad you said that. That's a great example, since we were just talking about giveaways. There are people that are just going to want giveaways, friends, and they don't have any intention in buying anything. So, I know that you guys want to do giveaways, but most of the times people just want free stuff. Who doesn't like free stuff, right? Who doesn't like free stuff? So guys, just keep that in mind. I know you guys are new and you guys want to do it, but there's not necessarily any return on investment when you're new, when you're newer. You guys get what I'm saying? How do you set up a show? Great question, friend. Have you been approved as a seller yet? Once you become approved as a seller, Whatnot has this amazing resource called the Sellers Academy, where they walk you through all of the basics of Whatnot like that. So it's very, very easy. Have you been approved just yet, friend? Welcome in, everyone. Again, if you guys have questions, don't forget to put a question mark behind it. Have you done the Sellers Academy just yet, friend? Definitely watch through those videos. It will be a lot easier to watch it visually. You just got approved. Congratulations. Congratulations on that, friend. Yeah, definitely go through some of those videos. They're pretty quick and easy to understand. It'll be a lot easier if you're able to see it versus just me speaking it out loud, because it's so new to you just yet. So I might say it, but you might not know exactly where that is. So definitely take a look at those videos, my friend. Hey girl, thanks for hosting this question. My seller rating went down, but all I see are 5 stars. Is there somewhere? Yes, absolutely. It's a great question. Great question. And I'm so sorry to hear about that. But it happens. It happens. I was at 4.9 for a while. When you're first starting, friends, reviews really, really matter. So if you go to your seller hub, which is going to be, if you click your profile picture, go to Sellers Hub, okay? What's up, Nick? How are you? Go to Sellers Hub, and there's going to be a section called, I believe, Analytics. Let me go through it really quick, y'all. If you go through your analytics, people can still leave you a review without saying anything. Without saying anything. So the only reviews that you actually physically see on your profile page are comments that people have typed with the review. So people can definitely leave you a less than 5 star rating, or hello, welcome in, or a 5 star rating, and it just won't show up. So let me see. Let me go to my profile really quick. Let me see if I can find it for you. Seller Hub. But there is a place, my friend. There is a place. I think it's analytics. Okay, let me see something really quick, because I don't want to show anybody's address or information or anything like that. Da, 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 da. If you guys have not went into your analytics on Whatnot, I'm trying to tell you guys, go to the Seller Hub. It's going to be on the left-hand side. It's going to say analytics. Y'all need to go through those. You'll find so many things. You're like, oh my gosh, like it tells you tons and tons of stuff, y'all. Okay, so that's orders. Let me see them. Oh, friends, if you guys are a seller here on the platform and you guys know how to get there as well, definitely comment down below, y'all. Look, I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember now. Let's see here. Hmm. Promote tools. Look, let's just use good old Google. Guys, if you guys ever in doubt and you don't know something, go to Google. I'm trying to tell y'all. Okay, how to see all my ratings and reviews on Whatnot as a seller. People are like, oh my God, Bunny, you are so smart, y'all. I just be using Google. Google, y'all know it's free? Did y'all know Google is free? Okay, let's see here. Google says, uh, to view ratings, navigate to your profile, access the ratings tab. Let's see here. Manage ratings and review as a seller. If you guys want to learn more about Whatnot in detail, you guys can go to help.whatnot.com, and I'm gonna put that in the description as well, y'all. There's so many different things on here that I've learned by using that. When you guys even now, I've been on the platform for a year and a half now, and I still go here, y'all, all the time. I just Google it. Okay, let's see. Only star ratings count towards but aren't shown individually. Yeah, girl, you're gonna have to Google it. I'm so sorry. I can't find it right in this moment right now. And I know we got other questions, but if you just Google whatnot.com, how to see all reviews in analytics, it will show you, my friend. So sorry, girl. I thought I was gonna get to it quicker. I apologize, my love. Alrighty. Thank you so much for understanding. All right, friends, let's continue on. Let's see what our next question is. Guys, remember, if you have a question, please put a question mark behind it so that it appears yellow. And guys, if you are a seller here on the platform, please, you can also comment down below as well and answer questions, because I know I can't get to all of them in a timely manner. Okay, let's see here, friends. Ideal Crystal says, I sell crystals and I have a ton of new clothing that I want to sell. Not long term, just get rid of them. Do you think this is a good idea or not? Yeah, absolutely. You can sell anything here on the platform that you want. What I would say, if you have already established yourself as a crystal seller here on the platform, schedule this clothing show well in advance and promote it to your people as they come. I would say at least 2 weeks in advance. That way people can get excited about it and you can kind of build some momentum for that show, since no one knows you as a clothing seller yet. You get what I'm saying, friend? And I know you said it's temporarily, but as long as you build that momentum and as people are coming in, remind them like, hey, bookmark my clothing show. I'm gonna be doing sizes small, medium, and large. Like, just keep promoting it as much as you can. But I think it's an awesome idea as long as you promote it in advance. Okay, great question. All right, Kana says, no matter how hard I try, I can't get my audience numbers up. It's absolutely necessary to promote your show and get more people in. No, you don't have to use the promotes. There's a lot of, I actually did this. We talked about this last show. And I wish I would have casted it on YouTube like I am doing today for this show, but there's a lot of things you guys can do to attract more buyers to your shows. All right, y'all, get y'all pen and papers out because I'm about to drop some gems for y'all for the free. Okay, for the free. So y'all already, and it's really easy stuff that y'all can apply literally on your next show. Okay, first of all, don't promote, just ask to share. Yeah, you can also ask people to share as well. First of all, there's some things you need to do before your show, during your show, and after your show to make sure that you are attracting buyers. Okay, the first thing is before your show, friends. We're the she's spilling the tea. What's up, Jen? I didn't see you sneak in. How are you, my dear? You have to build trust. People are not going to buy from you on this platform if they don't trust you. Okay, so what are some things that we could do for people to trust us here? Now, some of these might sound very, very basic, but I'm trying to tell you. Y'all. I gotta remind some of y'all. Okay, I gotta remind some of y'all. No shade, okay, but we gotta do some reminders. Okay, look presentable. I'm trying to tell you guys, look presentable. I'm not saying that you gotta walk out here with your suit and tie and your Sunday's best, but did you comb your hair, friends? You get what I'm saying? Did you brush your teeth today? Do you got a mustard stain on your shirt right here? You get what I'm saying, friends? If you look presentable, people are gonna more likely trust you, okay? Facts, girl. Look like you want exactly clean fingernails. Yeah, especially if you're selling food. You get what I'm saying, friends? I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying that people won't buy from you, but the goal of you is people don't know who you are. They have no idea who this person is that they're looking at. So you don't want to give them any extra reason not to buy from you. Look presentable, okay? Dress appropriately. I ain't even gonna go into detail. Y'all get what I mean when I say that. Ensure that your background is two things. One, it's clean, and two, that it actually looks visually appealing. Now, friends, I know some people do pallet pools and they got boxes and these things that we can't avoid. Sure, but try your best to make sure that the background actually looks like you're selling. Remember, this is kind of like when someone comes into your show, imagine it being a brick and mortar building and this is your storefront. How are you attracting people to come in? If there's been shows, y'all, where I've looked at the show and I'm like, I don't know what's going on, and I just swipe out of it because I take too long to figure out. Friends, don't give anybody a reason to skip out of your show, okay? Get something that grabs their attention, okay? Put your best item in front or something, you know? Make sure it looks presentable and clean, y'all, because let's use the snacks category, for example, because that's where my home is. I live in the snacks category. I'm an exotic snack seller here. If I go into someone's show, y'all, and say it's dirty, I'm not buying from you because I'm buying food from you. I'm not doing that. If no, mm-mm. I'm not buying your home baked goods if I see your cat on top of your kitchen counter because now I think there's cat hair in my food, in my brownies. Guys, think about all of that stuff. Put yourself in the eyes of the buyer. Does that make sense? Also, sometimes people don't like seeing the pets. I think pets are awesome. I think I love cats and I love dogs. I'm a both person. But some people are not going to buy from you if they see your dog in the background because they might be allergic. You have to keep, thank you so much, Chi-Town. I appreciate the Ray friends. We're going to do a giveaway really quick. I appreciate you guys being here. My name is Blasian Bunny. I appreciate you. That was so sweet, my friend. Thank you so much for the tip. My name is Blasian Bunny. I sell exotic snacks from all over the world. But today, y'all, we're having a Q&A show. I hope you had an amazing show. We're just talking about whatnot for new and seasoned sellers, just a couple of topics. Y'all, when I started here, I didn't know nobody. So this is just my way to give back to the community. So I appreciate you, Chi-Town. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have actually a clean looking background, okay? And just saying, okay? Also, this is another way to keep people inside of your show, especially when you guys are new. Gabby, thank you so much for the follow, friend. I appreciate you. Especially when you are a new seller. You need this little, you guys see this little picture over here? It says I have 69 items in there. You need to have a loaded bin. Bin stands for buy it now. You need to have a loaded bin of items that people can choose from because they don't know who you are. They don't know what you sell. They don't know the quality of items that you have or anything, right? So instead of somebody just sitting there, like say for if I'm showing this coffee right now and I'm showing coffees right now, but what if I'm someone and I hate coffee? Coffee's disgusting to me. Well, now they can go inside of your bin over here and shop for other things. You get what I'm saying? So instead of someone being in your show for 1 minute, now they're in your show for 5 minutes because they're actually shopping through the bin. This is how we build trust with people to show them that we are serious about being sellers here on the platform. Now, friends, I get it. Some people are like, oh, that's just my hobby. I'm just doing this for fun. Sure, okay, I get it. But if you want to make some money, honey, y'all better listen up. Y'all better listen up, okay? Put some things in your bin, okay? Bin items are really, really convenient, especially, friends. There are some people who are very shy. I have some customers who will never talk to me. I know this sounds weird, but I literally have some customers who will never talk to me. They will never ask for a request. They won't say anything. They'll literally go in my bin, buy a couple items, and that's it. They're in out. They don't have a lot of time. They can't stay the whole time. Maybe they're trying to put the kids to bed real quick and they just want to get what they want. Some people are shy. Some people don't like interacting with. Sorry, y'all. I thought I heard somebody come at my door. Look, y'all, that was weird. Anyway, some people don't like interacting with people. Some people are just, girl, look, you see me look. Anywho, some people don't like asking, right? So I know we want the chat or everyone to talk to us, but some people don't like to talk, right? And they're not required to talk to us. So sometimes, friends, they just want to shop and they want to be gone. Okay, so put things in your bin so people don't have to wait. Okay, that's another way that we can build trust. Also, if you guys have things in the bin, if you get rated, sometimes raters like to come in, they like to gift people items. I don't know if you guys knew this, but Whatnot has an amazing feature on here where you can gift someone. You go into the bin, you see an item that you want, and you can hit the little present button next to that item, and you can either one, gift it randomly to someone who's watching the chat, or two, you can specifically send it to one of your friends or on Whatnot or someone that's outside of Whatnot. Okay, so don't guys, I've seen people who have gotten rated from any amount of people, but especially when they get rated from those big raters that have like a couple hundred people in there. And I'm like, oh dang, that sucks. Like I go to their bin because I'm a part of that raid and there's nothing there, and you so missed out on an opportunity for people to just buy your stuff up. Okay, so put things in your bin. Does it take a long time? Mm-hmm. Is it annoying? It sure is. Is it worth it? You're right. It's worth it. Okay, friends? So just bite the bullet and put the stuff in there. You only got to do it once, friends. You guys can always copy it to the next show. Okay, but put some stuff in your bin. Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Okay. Also, make sure that you are having a eye-catching thumbnail. Now, friends, I don't want to hurt no feelings when I say this, but remember, we Whatnot besties, so we can keep it real with each other, right? We can keep it real with each other. No hurt feelings, no shade. When it comes to your thumbnail, I want you guys to be strategic about it. If you are selling baby clothes, I don't want to see a picture of your dog. Is your dog cute? Your dog is so cute. I want to rub his tummy right now. But that is not what your show is about. If you're selling jewelry, I don't want to see a picture of your newborn baby. That's not to your advantage. Is your baby adorable? It sure is. Your baby is so cute. But it's not giving people a good representation of what you're selling. If I was someone looking for jewelry, because y'all know I love my jewelry, okay, I would be scrolling. Oh, let's see who our giveaway winner is going to be. And congratulations to Sandy. Congratulations, friend. I'm going to be sending you one of these right here, empowering quotes from empowering women. It's so cute. Each of them have a different quote for that's going to inspire you, and they have the cute little floral background. Put it on like your vanity or like your refrigerator or your bathroom to encourage you, because y'all, we all need a little bit of encouragement sometimes. Okay, congratulations on that, and thank you so much, Chi-Town, for the raid. I appreciate you. Okay, so going back to what I was saying, y'all, if I'm looking for jewelry, if I'm looking for jewelry, I'm gonna keep scrolling past that baby picture because in my brain is telling me that show right there is about babies. Does that make sense? But if I'm scrolling through the shows, because y'all know we all do it, right? And I see something that's super cute, and I'm like, oh my God, that is so cute. I'm going to click that show. And I'm gonna go inside of that show. You guys understand? Use your thumbnail strategically. Have it be a good representation of what you are selling. Don't get passed up because you guys didn't think about that. That's look, y'all, this is stuff that you guys can do for your next show. This is not hard stuff that I'm telling you. Little basic things that will literally change how many people are coming in your shows. Okay, friends? By the way, I said this earlier, but I'm gonna say it again, friends. If you guys want to rewatch the show, Whatnot has taken away our past shows. But if you guys want to rewatch it, you guys can purchase down below. That's the roundabout loophole on how you can rewatch the show. If you guys do get that, it will be 60 days. 60 days is how long you can see a video receipt, or if you guys don't want to pay, that's totally fine. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is going to be at Blasian Bunny TV. I will type it out for you guys. Blasian Bunny TV. It's streaming over there right now, photo free. Photo free. So if you don't want to pay the $5, that's fine. At least go subscribe to me, okay, friends? I appreciate you guys. So I'm gonna type it really quick. Blasian Bunny TV. Okay, I know I got some more questions. Let me finish this my thought about thumbnails, and then I'll read the other questions. So y'all keep those coming in, okay? I appreciate you guys. Okay, so like I said, let me see if I can do an example, friends. Do this example by yourself whenever you have time next time, okay? Let's go to Whatnot. Hold on, it's loading, y'all. Let's go to Whatnot, and we're gonna scroll through some shows, okay? We're gonna scroll through some shows. Let's go to a random category. Okay. Okay. I just went to a random category on Whatnot. I picked women's activewear. I just clicked it, okay? Now, when you go here, I'm gonna scroll through, friends. Where do your eyes take you? Those are gonna be quote unquote either good thumbnails or really bad thumbnails. Keep that in mind as a shopper, friends, okay? So I'm scrolling through. Which ones catch your eye? Like when I look at these, that one catches my eye because she has like a yellow shirt on. Which ones are catching your eye versus which ones aren't catching your eye? This is how people scroll when they're looking to shop. Think of it like like a social media platform. People are gonna click the cute pictures. Does that make sense? You said baddies. What's up, Eric? I didn't see you. Okay, friends, you guys get what I'm saying. Which ones are catching your attention? Which ones are boring? Think about that's how customers are. Okay? They're gonna click the ones that catch their eye. So keep that in mind when it comes to your thumbnails. Does that make sense? Okay? All right, let's go back. Let's go back. What streaming? Oh, girl, look. Eric, you're so crazy. Okay, let me go back up really quick, friends. So silly. All right, friends, let me go back up. Can you talk about energy on the show? I've seen some folks not really have it and just boring. Yes, that chick, I appreciate you for asking that. Is it Chica? Hold on, y'all. I can't see. That Chica, I appreciate you. Sh- sh- Did I say that? Chic? Girl, how you say your name? That should cut. Oh, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I apologize for it. I'm like, look, it's so far. I'm like, y'all, look, I gotta get my eyes checked. I appreciate you, Fred, for your patience. And that's what I mean, Fred. It's okay to mess up. Just be you. It's totally fine. But yes, energy is so huge. Energy is so huge when it comes to Whatnot. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind that Whatnot, yes, is a selling platform, but it is also an entertainment platform, okay? So if you somehow figure out how to master both of those and combine it in your show, you are going to be a winner chicken dinner. Like, let me give you guys an example. This next one is going to be some coffee. We're gonna run this one next. Actually, I'm not. Let me know if you guys want me to run this. Does anybody want me to run this? I think it's from Taiwan. Nobody want me to run this? Okay, we're gonna. What about this one? Does anybody want me to run this one? What is no one's talking? Do you guys want me to run this or not? Do you guys see the energy in that? You see the energy? Now check this out. Guys, this is one of my favorite coffees. This is all the way from Taiwan. This is the macadamia nut coffee. Y'all, the reason why it's so good, it's a 3-in-1 coffee. It's got the cream, the sugar, and the coffee already in it. All you have to do is pop this thing in your refrigerator and drink it. It is so good, y'all. Like I said, this one is so delicious. And my favorite part about it, it is only 100 calories, y'all. So if you count them calories, girl, this your coffee right here. Do you guys see the difference? It was the same item. The only thing that was different was me. I was the thing that was different. This is why I always say, make sure that you enjoy what you're selling. Because we can tell. Look, y'all, I'm a shopper here too. I'm a seller, but I like buying stuff too here, okay? We can tell when people don't want to be there. We can tell when you don't like the stuff you're showing, okay? Here's my money. You're so sweet, girl. These are in the bin, by the way, okay? That's why I said the bin is so important. If you guys want some Mr. Brown coffee, it's right here, y'all. It's right there, okay? That's why I'm saying it's so important, friends. Make sure you actually enjoy what you're doing. Make sure you actually know what you're selling. I'm not saying you have to be an expert. No way do you have to be an expert. But have some type of idea what you're selling, because how do you expect me to buy something when you don't even know what it is? I don't know what it is, but you want me to buy it? That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. Have some idea of what you're selling. Energy is so big on here. You guys, sometimes people are like, well, I don't understand why people are paying this price. What's up, natural state of life? Hi, how are you, friend? Why do they pay this price? Da, da, da. Because they enjoy the seller. They like the seller. That's why they pay that price. They are there because they want to support that seller. It might not make sense to you, but it makes sense to the person that's buying. They like the person that they're buying from. People are not going to buy from people they don't like. Do I'm saying be fake? No, I'm not saying be fake. Be someone else. Be who you are. I'm a bubbly person, a bubbly personality. You guys can see that. If you have an awkward personality, be that too, because there are going to be other awkward people who are going to connect with you. Just be who you are, okay? Now, I'll give you guys a great example of this. Now, I wouldn't say she's awkward, but she definitely has a very cool, interesting personality. She's a huge seller here on the platform. If you guys ever been to a shop, 801 Lane, Brooke, she's amazing, y'all. She is so chill. She's chilling than a cucumber, okay, y'all? She is who she's not trying to be anyone else. Okay, friends, she's just who she is. And people love her for that. People connect with her for that. Don't try to be, I'm not saying you can't have people on the platform that you enjoy or that's your favorite seller and you strive to be like them. I'm not saying you can't have that. But what I'm saying is, friends, is people buy from us on this platform because it is us. You know how many people sell this exact same coffee here on the platform? I'm not the only one that sells this coffee, but people are going to buy it from me because they like me. People are going to buy it from that person because they like that person. I might be too bubbly for someone, and someone's like, whoa, she talks fast. I can't even understand what she said. And they might go buy from someone else, and that's okay. As long as you stay true to you, I promise, friends, I promise. People, your tribe of people will find you. You just have to stay consistent. Yes, it is. This is the quote unquote Mac nut that JJ Shopper is always talking about. Yes, this one is my favorite one too. Okay. You are exactly, you are the product Chicago kid. I appreciate you. My my product manager, what booty talking outlook? I don't know what's going on. I ain't gonna ask no questions. I ain't asking no questions. Do you guys understand what I'm saying though? Okay. All right. Let's see here. I apologize, guys, if I'm missing your questions. I just want you guys to retype it. So maybe copy it and paste it again, like copy it before you hit send. That way I can do it again, okay? Because I can't get to everyone's questions. So say it again to me, okay? Okay, let's see here. Lily says, I have been through a season of low engagement. Chat does not respond or engage with you. How do you handle that? It's so awkward. Yes. Ooh, I love this question. Okay, so I want you to think of it like this. I talk to my chat of people. I call my chat friends. First of all, I call them friends. I talk to people in my show as if they are my friends. It makes it so much easier. I never expect anyone to talk back to me because some people are shy. Some people just, maybe they have it muted, whatever reasons, right? Talk to everyone as if they're your friends. Now, if you're selling something and you were talking to your friend about it on the couch, that's how I want you to explain this here on Whatnot. Girl, you got to try this. This one is so good. So good. So when you start doing things like that or asking certain questions, you can ask your questions to chat. Now, I'm not saying that they'll respond, but a question I like to say is, okay, friends, let's go ahead and do roll call. Everyone right now comment, what state are you from? Everyone right now comment what state you're from. Let's see if anyone has any state twins. You can say things like that. So we got California, we got Michigan. Where are you guys from? Arkansas, Texas, Michigan, Maryland, Louisiana. Hawaii, hello Hawaii. So you see, you can do things like that. You can ask the chat questions, y'all. If you guys did not know, I'm from the beautiful, gorgeous state of Nebraska. Yes, friends, I'm not lying. I'm from Nebraska. I know, right? So you can do little stories as well. I know Nebraska. Yes, you can tell little stories as well. I remember when I was selling makeup, I would tell little stories about, ooh, I wore this lipstick on a date or did this. Like just talk to the people and they will eventually start responding because they like what you're saying. Okay, you can do that. You can also do a poll. So like at the top I say, what is your Whatnot seller status? Now when I used to sell clothing here on the platform, I would say, what size are you looking for? And then I would notice like, hey, a lot of people are saying large and extra large, so maybe I should start showing more large and extra large stuff. And then also take that piece of information that you're getting from your polls and be like, okay, when I'm sourcing, I should probably get more large and extra large stuff because 50% of my people said that they wear large and extra large. Things like that. You guys get what I'm saying? So when I was first started doing snacks, I would say, what's your favorite flavor? And I would do spicy, sweet, sour, cheesy, salty. And then I realized that I had a lot of people who really, really enjoyed spicy stuff, and I'm not a spicy girl, y'all. I don't like spicy stuff. You get what I mean? White chocolate, the evil emoji, Erica. But you guys get, so use things like that. That could be a part of engagement. What else do we use to engage as well? Let me look at some of my notes, y'all. Flash sales is another way to engage as well. So I'll do an example of a flash sale really quick, y'all. Let's do these ones really quick. You guys know about these peelers? These ones are viral on TikTok. This is actually a new flavor that they just released. This one is the pineapple. Is actually one of my favorites, y'all. So you guys can do flash sales on here as well, and I'll show you guys how that works. Y'all, they are so good. They're called peelers because you can literally peel them. You can literally peel them, y'all. You can eat the outside layer and the inside layer, and they have a really nice texture to them. They are from China, but I'm gonna give you guys an example. I'm going to give you guys an example of how to do a flash sale really quick. Okay, so I'm going to type in pineapple in my bin. Make sure you guys have things in your bin. You're an Omaha kid? No way. No way, for real. Okay, no one buy this really quick. No one buy this, okay? But you can do things like flash sales. This creates engagement. So I'm gonna say, all right, y'all, for the next 15 seconds, I'm gonna put this on 25% sale. Now you guys can buy after I put it on sale. But sometimes I will do things like this where, okay, we'll do the next 30 seconds. So if you guys want these for 25% off right now, you guys can buy it right now down below. You can create excitement or FOMO. If you guys know what that means, it means the fear of missing out. So people are like, oh dang, like I only got 30 seconds to do this. So you can do things like that. And then you guys don't have to outbid each other on flash sales. So everyone is going to get that $4.50 price. It's not like you're outbidding each other, if that makes sense. So you can do things like this. What else? Obviously giveaways. We talked about giveaways earlier. And then also make sure you explain to people what your rewards program is if you guys have been approved for that. The rewards program is this little crown button here on the top. That way you can get repeat customers and things like that. But I just talk to the chat as if they're my friends, y'all. And I'm kind of goofy, and I was an only child growing up, y'all, so I know how to entertain myself. So y'all, I just be having fun with myself. And I know that might sound weird, but I be cracking myself up in my shows, y'all. You gotta have your own fun, okay? So long as you just keep it high energy for yourself, that will come out and people will feel it and they'll interact with you. My best piece of advice, babe, I forgot to mention this earlier. We're talking about engagement for your show. My best piece of advice that I can give you is to re-watch your own shows. Re-watch your own shows. Why? I want you to re-watch your own show and I want you to critique yourself, not in a way that is negative, but on things that you can improve on. And I want you guys to ask yourself very basic questions like, am I boring? Would I buy from myself if I was a buyer? What looks weird? What looks really great? Oh, maybe I could have reworded that differently. Or just literally rewatch your shows. I used to rewatch my shows all the time as I pack. That's what I would do. And I would critique myself and I'd be like, oh my goodness, reminds me of speech. It does, but you have to also remember, if you want to improve, this is a skill. At the end of the day, Whatnot is a skill. We are selling. We're selling things. So yes, is it fun? Yes, can we do whatever we want? Yes, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, we are still selling. We still have to sell. Okay. So it is a skill that you can definitely learn. Okay. So rewatch your shows, improve, improve, improve. That's basic, literally, y'all. That's how I got to where I am now is I just critiqued myself. Or if you have a Whatnot friend, ask your Whatnot friend to sit in your shows and tell them what you think. What's your honest opinion about this? Okay, we all got that friend that is going to keep it real. Ask your friend to watch your show. Did it make sense? Was it confusing? Sometimes I watch shows and I'm just confused on what people are, what they're showing, or just also, if they're ever Nebraska, oh, that's awesome. Yeah, there's not one that I think of that I know of right now, but that definitely would be fun. Okay, he got a big head too. Who had a big head? I know I got a big forehead, y'all. I try to cover it up today a little bit so it didn't seem so big, but y'all, I can't help it. I got a big forehead. All right, friends. Let's see here. Let me go back up. I know we probably got some more questions. Let's see here. One of the question was, does Whatnot help you find a good supplier? No, it is not Whatnot's job to find our products for us. That is all of our jobs, friends. If you guys are looking for things to sell, I would highly, highly recommend using this amazing resource called Google. Now, I know that sounds cliche, y'all, but what I have in the state of Nebraska, you might not have in the state of California. So, whatever you're looking for, if you are looking for, let's say, jewelry liquidations, then go into Google and type in jewelry liquidations in your city, in your state, and you'd be surprised all the things that you guys can come up with. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. Nobody, I'm going to take that back. 90% of the people here on Whatnot are not going to share where they get their stuff from because they took them time. It took them time to come up with that, guys. Imagine going to McDonald's and be like, yo, McDonald's, can you tell me where you guys buy your burgers from? Bria, I appreciate you, so sweet. Can you tell me where you guys buy your burgers from? Y'all think McDonald's is going to tell you? And even if they did tell you, guys, you probably have to buy such a big quantity or bulk anyway, and you have to build relationships with your vendors. Does that make sense? Yeah, nobody's gonna tell you guys where you get your stuff from, and I know that sucks. I know we want people to say, here's a list of all the amazing places I get my stuff, but nobody's gonna do that, y'all, because it took them time to do that. And plus, even if I did give you that information, friends, my vendors aren't gonna talk to you because they have no relationship with you, friends. Selling is all about building relationships with people, and I'm not trying to say that to be mean, guys, but please understand, you have to do the dirty work. You have to figure out where to get your stuff from. Even if you're first starting out, don't worry about getting big pallets and things like that. Start small. Start small. If you're a beauty person and you're like, I think I want to sell makeup, go to your favorite places and go on the clearance rack and start buying stuff there. You get what I mean? Like, you got to start somewhere. Your beauty store, how are you, babe? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Guys, you have to start somewhere. Okay, start small. Start small. But I'm telling y'all, 90% of people, they're not going to tell you. Unfortunately, you just have to do the dirty work and find things out as well. Like I said, we all live in different states. So, there's people who might buy huge pallets and they might give me that resource. But guess what? Now I have to pay $1,000 for them to ship it to the state of Nebraska. So that even if they told me it's not going to help me. You get what I mean? Everyone has different resources depending on where they live. Okay. Now I know that wasn't the answer you wanted, my friend, but it's the real answer. And I just want to be honest with you guys. Okay. All right, y'all. If you have a question, make sure that it has a question mark behind it so that it appears yellow, my friends. I know I'm missing some questions, so please just say it again for me, okay? Please say it again for me, okay? Your parents live in Westo? Oh, nice, nice. I love to hear that. Hold on, y'all. If you guys could do me a big, big favor, if you guys could go and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I am multi-streaming this conversation that we're having right now on YouTube. So if you guys want to come back and hear it again, you guys could go there. Or if you guys want to purchase it down below, you can as well, okay? Okay, can you go to UPS and print order shipping labels? Wait, can I go to UPS and print order shipping labels? Um, okay, friend. I think I understand what you're saying. I heard two different things in my head. So all of the shipping here on Whatnot is done through USPS, not UPS. So United States Postal Services. I would highly recommend that if you are going to be a seller here on the platform, you need to find a place to print them. So if you need to go to like Kinko's or other places that have printing, you can do it there. But if you're going to be a seller here, I would invest in yourself and either get one, a printer, an ink printer, or two, a label printer. Now, friends, I please want you. Hi, Joy. How are you, friend? If you guys are going to be getting a label printer, now, friends, you do not have to get this. You do not have to have a label thermal printer when you first start. I did not get one of these until I reached about 3,000 sales. Hi, friend. How are you? I did not get one of these until about 3,000 sales in. I worked up to it, if that made sense. I wanted to make sure it's something that I wanted to do before I invested a lot of money into it. Okay, so I have a link. I have a link in my show notes, friends. I did get mine on Amazon. It was under $100. I did check it again yesterday. It is at $89.99, so $90. You can find other brands, but this one has really, really helped out a lot. The reason why I like label printers over the ink printers. Now, I used the ink printer when I first started, y'all, because I already had one. I didn't have to invest any more money in it, okay? So I had it from college, y'all. I used my old one that I have from college, okay? But the reason why I like the thermal printers is because, once, friends, it doesn't require any ink. It is off of thermal heat, so you don't have to pay for any ink anymore. Okay. Another thing is you can make cute little labels like this. If you guys have purchased, oopsie, if you guys have purchased from me, I include these little things, little stickers. These are, you're gonna have to buy these labels. You can get like 500 of them on Amazon for about $10. Just FYI. And you can make little things like this. There's an app on your phone that you can download where you can make this, and it just says, "Hey friends, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you coming to hang out with me, and I hope to see you again. Caution: this package will cause extreme happiness. Live shows every Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays." Okay, you can obviously talk about whatever you want. That's just what I wanted to say for mine. You can do that, so that's really cool as well. I put those in there. You don't have to buy ink. You don't have to buy paper. You do have to buy labels though. And it's very, very fast and easy. When I was doing with my, it is going to be the Mumby app. It has to be with this printer though. So Mumby printer has to be with the Mumby app. Does that make sense, my friend? So if you're using like a Rollo printer or any of those, it has to be that matching app. Okay. Again, friends, if you guys want this exact same one, if you guys go to my show notes and copy and paste that link, that is 41 different items that I've used here on Whatnot, that I get on Amazon that really, really helped me a lot. Anywhere from my label printer to my, what's up, friend? Welcome back. My label printer to my labels to my little bags that I use, poly mailers that I use, everything that I use. It's in that link right there. Because you guys always ask me, Bunny, what do you use for this? What do you use for that? Just go right there, friends. Copy and paste that link. It's like 41 different things. And of course, you don't need 41 different items, but just if you guys are wondering what I use, like my ring light is on there, everything like that, okay? Okay, let me go back up, y'all, because I totally lost my train of thought. So yes, I did not get one of these until I reached about 3,000 sales. But when I did, I was so excited because when I was using my traditional printer, it was a lot of work because look, y'all, I was cutting paper, I was taping. It was too much work, y'all. Okay, so look, now it's just peel and stick, peel and stick. Y'all, what's that movie where she be like, bend? Is it in flick? What movie was that? A Legally Blonde? Yeah. You gotta bend, peel and stick, y'all. Bend and snap. Okay, y'all know what I was talking about. So now, y'all, I can just peel them things and yeah, I can just put it right there, okay, y'all? So again, make sure it's an investment. Y'all, it's definitely an investment. But if you're serious about it, it does save a lot of time. It saves a lot of time when it comes to your shipping. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you, Misty. If you could do me a big, big favor, my friend, if you can message me and let me know two things. If you can let me know, A, if you have any allergies, and two, any flavors that you don't like, because I custom make each and one of those. And I want to make sure I put really good things in there for you. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you guys. And that's another reason why, friends, you need to have things in your bin. I'm sure Misty was here just hanging out with us and she just got curious and just looked in the bin, y'all. You need to have items in your bin at all times, okay? I appreciate you so much, Missy. Oh, and you got your bronze too, babe. So if you click this little crown button here at the top and hit the redeem button, you now have a 10% off coupon that you can use anytime you want. It will work on like items down below, like swiped items, or you can go into the bin and get up to $10 off. So thank you so much, babe. I appreciate you. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and put this rewatch on here. I forgot to re-add that. Give me 1 second, babes. I hope you guys are getting a lot of good information for this, y'all. Like I said, I do not. Someone asked me, do you get paid to do this? I don't get paid to do this, y'all. I'm literally doing this out of the kindness of my heart because, y'all, look, when I started, I didn't have nobody. I had nobody. So I'm just literally telling you guys things that I wish I would have known. I would have saved myself a lot of time, a lot of energy, more passion, more energy, more energy. Yeah, I'm so corny. I'm so corny. I can't help it, y'all. I was the only child. Do I got any other only child? Do y'all understand? Do y'all understand only child syndrome? Or do you guys have children and you only have one child? Okay, y'all, we gotta entertain ourselves. Okay, you too, babe. All right, friends. Let me see if there's anyone asking questions. Okay, let's see here. Do followers get notifications when you're going live? Yes and no. Don Vinny, see this little. I don't know if you follow me, but if you follow me, there's going to be a little bell. I don't know what, I think it's a side. If you follow me, there's going to be, oh, thank you, babe. If you follow me, there's going to be a little bell that pops up. When you click that bell, what's up 127? It's going to give the follower an option to get all notifications or like some notifications or no notifications. Okay, so it depends on what your follower chose to do. I think if you just follow and don't click anything, I think you will get all notifications. I think it defaults to all, but it just depends. It depends. Most of the time, I will say most of the time, yes, they do. They'll get a little snow bunny. Thank you so much for the follow. They will get a little notification on their phone. But again, if you go on your phone and you turn off notifications, like say for some people don't want any notifications, because y'all, I turn off notifications for certain apps. Okay, so it just depends. I would say most of the time, yes, though. Okay, let me go back up. I seen another question, guys. If you have a question. If you have a question, make sure that you put a question mark behind it so that it appears yellow for me. Closet Restore says, what part of Nebraska are you from? I have a friend in Omaha. Yes, I'm in Omaha. I'm in Omaha. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, friends. Look, y'all gonna come kidnap me. I'm giving y'all a lot of information about me. Okay. If you come kidnap me, can you at least bring me some food? Can you bring me some dinner? You know, like don't just be weird, okay? Yes, we have the zoo. We have the zoo here. Don't come kidnap me, y'all. Okay. All right, friends. Let's see. Let me go back up. I think I seen another question. Let's see. Okay. All right, friends. It's not letting me scroll back up. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'm just gonna keep talking because y'all, I love to talk. If y'all didn't notice, I love to talk. I came in when you were talking about your links to the items that you use. Where is that? Yes. So it's going to be, sorry, y'all. I'm seeing it backwards, but it's going to be right here under the show notes, right there. It is going to, you have to copy and paste that link. I don't think it's clickable. I think you'll have to copy it and then put it in your URL. And those are things that I recommend that, or I personally am using. It muted you earlier? What you say, girl? Yes, so if you use that, I have about, I think about 40 plus items on there. You do not need obviously you don't need all 40 of those items. That is just, people always ask me, so I just thought it'd be easier if I had some type of link that you guys could go to and see. Like for example, my thermal printer is on there, the ring light that I use is on there, the labels that I use are on there. So it's just easier for you guys to access that, okay? Okay, let me see here. Natural State of High says 100%. I'm gonna buy a milker from you before I buy it from. Oh, you're so sweet. I appreciate you. Aw, thank you so much. I truly appreciate you, babe. Okay, let's see here. Any other questions you guys have? If not, I'm just gonna start rambling about something. If you have an iPhone, you can take a screenshot of it and go to your phone and highlight to copy it. I appreciate you, babe. See, look, I didn't even know that. Learn something new every day. I haven't started selling yet. My first show is Friday, but I just bought you that printer today. That's thanks for co-signing. Oh yes, no problem. I'm super excited for you. What are you gonna be selling? Y'all, let's do roll call. Let's do roll call really quick. If you guys are a seller here on the platform, can you guys please drop down below really quick? Let us know what you sell and when your next show is. Everyone, right now, if you're a seller, let's go ahead and do roll call really quick, y'all. This is the place to do it. Don't be going to random people's shows doing it now. But you can do it here right now. Don't get blocked, y'all. Don't get kicked out the show. You can't be going to Burger King yelling out McDonald's, y'all. Tell us what you sell and when your next show is, friends. I'd love to shout you out right now, okay? All right. One Closet Restore says women's, men's, kids clothing, shoes, accessories. Next show is tomorrow. Hunt and Find says vintage decor. Not sure when the next show is, but I had one today. Okay, let's see here. Thrift Insta says women's clothes first show in 6 months, Tuesday at 7 a.m. Eastern time. Diana says skincare, beauty. Thank you so much for allowing people to do that. Yes, absolutely, Fred. Thanks so much for being here. Michigan Girl Seeker says vintage finds, and Briar's model horses. Oh, interesting. Okay, we see you fancy. Theo says first show back tomorrow 5:45 p.m. Women's Contemporary. Ideal Crystal says crystals next show will be tomorrow evening. I appreciate you guys. Okay, let's talk about something really quick. This is something that I want you guys. It's very, very easy things. Very, very easy things that you guys can implement today. And it's not going to take very long. Let's talk about your profile. What is your profile, friends? It's this, if you click my face up here, that's what I'm talking about. Let's talk about your profile. Now, friends, there's no point please remember, we're friends, right? We could talk to each other, no shade, right? There's no point, and I'm not talking about anybody in general, but there's no point of you promoting yourself if you have a sucky profile. Oh, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much, babe. That was so kind of you. It doesn't, there's no point of you promoting yourself if you have a sucky profile. And what do I mean by that? If I tell someone, hey, I sell snacks, okay? And you get curious, thank you, Jay, I appreciate you. You get curious and you want to click my profile to go follow me. And then when you go there, there's nothing there. It just says, hi, my name's Amanda. And that's it. There's no profile picture. There's no shows scheduled. There's no bio. Guess what? If I am, what's up, hero? Welcome in. If I am a buyer or someone who wants to follow, I'm not going to take you serious and I'm not going to follow because it doesn't seem like you're really active here on the platform. Make sense? So there's a couple things that I'm going to recommend to you that are very, very easy. Okay. Hey, I saw you on. You did? Oh yeah, I'm glad it worked. This is the first time I tried the YouTube. I think I'm gonna start multi-streaming my Q&A shows to YouTube so that people could go back and watch them. You know. Okay, friends, speaking of YouTube, go follow me on YouTube. It's Blasian Bunny TV, okay? We're going to be dropping some gems over there. But let's go back to profiles, okay, friends? Make sure, now I always use this analogy. I'm going to use it till I'm blue in the face. I want you to pretend like your Whatnot show is someone's favorite TV show. Okay, now, y'all, I've been watching The Last of Us lately, so I'm going to use that as an example. Now, friends, The Last of Us comes out every Sunday. I don't know what time. We're going to say 8 p.m. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. Okay? I'm going to rearrange my life that every Sunday I make sure that I tune into that show. It is the same thing for Whatnot. Have a consistent schedule that people can come and watch you. Let's say for your favorite show is The Last of Us, and one week it comes on at Monday at 9 a.m. And then the next week it comes on Thursdays at 7 p.m. And then the third week it comes on at midnight on Sunday. See how confusing that is? It would be so hard to maintain and remember all of that. So I want you, if you are a new seller here on the platform, I want you to commit to at least one day, at least one day out of the week where you're going to show up for the people here on Whatnot. Okay? I don't care what day of the week it is. I don't care what time it is, but you need to show up every week at that same date and time so that people know when to find you and when to show up for you. You can't expect people to show up for you when they don't know that you're coming. Okay? So have that in your profile. Say, I come on every Thursdays at 7 p.m. And always make sure if you're ever promoting yourself in your bio or in a show, never ever say, I have my show at 5 p.m. 5 p.m. what? 5 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Tokyo Time, 5 p.m. CP time. Which time? I don't know what that is. Make sure you always make sure you always put in your time zones. Okay? That's very, very important because 5 p.m. Did you catch that, Jay? What? Okay. What are we talking about? Make sure you're putting that in there. And then also don't forget to say what you sell. Y'all, there's some people want me to do like um profile feedbacks for them, and you'd be surprised that some people put so much stuff in their bio that they forget to say what they sell. My name is Margaret, and I am a grandmother of 16 grandchildren. I'm from the good old state of Kentucky. In my spare time, I like taking nice long walks on the beach. What do we sell? What are we selling? Don't forget to say what you sell. You understand? What do you sell? Don't forget to, and that should be one of the first thing people see, so they're not confused on what you sell. I'm just, y'all. It feels like I'm having a hard time staying motivated after a month of weekly sales. I keep having no sales. Are you being consistent on your time and date? We were just talking about that, where if you stay consistent at least one day of the week at a certain time, that helps. Another thing is how long are you staying on for, my love? Sometimes Sometimes if we're only on for 30 minutes, here every Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, just keep going, Missy. I know that is going to be it's hard. And that's the thing, is like Whatnot has its peaks and it has its valleys. Girls, I remember when I first started. I'm gonna give you a story really quick. We'll come back to profile. Somebody remember profile? When I be like, what was I talking about again? Bunny was talking about profiles. Okay, I'm gonna stop this real quick. When I was first start selling here on Whatnot, remember y'all, I didn't have any friends yet, so I was just in this Whatnot world, all lonely and afraid and naked. Y'all, I remember I had a really hard week where I didn't really make any sales at all. And y'all, I want you to understand that Whatnot is my full-time job. If I don't make money, I don't eat. If I don't make money, I don't eat. Y'all understand that? Okay. So I remember I had this really, really, it was the worst show I ever had. Let me just be honest. Okay. The first show I had was better than this show. Okay. And I was so down on myself, y'all. I was so down. I was so like, I felt so defeated, you know? But you know what I did? I picked myself up and I did it again the next day. And you know what, friends? It's so crazy because the next day I had my best show. I had my best show the next day. I did not change the items that I had. I did not change my attitude. I was still bubbly and excited. Um, I didn't change the time I did my show. Y'all, sometimes Whatnot is just Whatnot. And sometimes people are not on Whatnot. Maybe it's like right now is the 27th. People are preparing to pay for their rent and their mortgages. Like maybe there's a really popular TV show that comes on every Thursdays. And that happens to be the same time you do your show. So people are watching that. Like sometimes it's just things that are out of our control. And that's why I always say, make sure that you do something that you really enjoy. You just gotta keep going, friends. I know there's this quote that I remember that always keeps me going. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people, there's only one difference. The only difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is successful people continue going on. That's it. They just continue going on. So I'm so sorry that you're having some bum shows, love. But I'm gonna give you a couple of things that you can do to make it a little bit easier for yourself. Is make sure you're doing your job when it comes to promoting yourself. What's up, execution? How are you? Make sure you're doing what you can to promote yourself. The best kept secret. Okay, I'm gonna give you two things. One, you're in a show right now about community. You can drop your shows here, go to other community shows, and talk to other people about who you are in community shows. Make sure they're community shows, okay? Do that there so people can meet you. And y'all got your pens and papers. Do we have our notebooks, pens, and papers? Y'all ready? Y'all ready for this one? Okay. If you have a Facebook account, it doesn't even have to be a business Facebook account. It could be your personal account. This is the best secret here. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all for free. Okay. Go to Facebook, go to groups on Facebook. When you go to groups, go in the search bar and type in the word whatnot. There are going to be 50 groups that pop up. Okay. I want you to follow all of them. Some people's like, oh, I'm in 2 of them. That's not enough. I need you to be in at least 10. 10 of them things. This is a place where you can go and you can talk about yourself and no one's going to get upset. I want you to come up with some type of spiel about yourself and you're going to say, I'm going to give you an example. Let's use myself for example because I know about me. Hey everyone, my name is Blasian Bunny. I sell exotic snacks from all over the world, places like Taiwan, Japan, India, the Netherlands. I have a wide variety of chips, cakes, cookies, drinks, and chocolate bars. I do a show every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Here's a link to my show. Can't wait to see you. I want you to copy and paste that thing, and I want you to put it in all 10 of those shows. Do that every day for 7 days, and tell me you don't have a whole bunch of new people that come to your shows. It doesn't take a lot of time, y'all. It doesn't take a lot of time. I promise you. Give it the first time it might take you 30 minutes because you want to figure out what to say about yourself. But once you got the little paragraph about yourself, just do it for 7 days straight in 10 of those groups. I would suggest do more. I would suggest do more. Okay. Yes, I was gonna say that was the next thing I was gonna say. But the only can also always change your time. But I know that some people have very, very tight schedules and we're moms, we're wives, we're friends, we're sisters. So sometimes people can only do certain times, but yes, definitely play with times as well and things like that. Cause sometimes you have to think about when I was doing makeup, This is why I always did shows after dinner time when I was doing makeup, because a lot of my, obviously my customers were women, right? I mean, not saying that I didn't have a couple men, but most of the majority of my customers were women, right? So I knew that women are making dinner most of the time. They're the ones that are helping with homework most of the time. They're the ones bathing the kids most of the time. Not saying that husbands don't help, but majority of moms are doing that, right? So they would be busy during those times, so they can't watch the show. So I would do it at a time that would probably be around the time that moms are kind of done with that and they're kind of in the bed chilling out. So keep that in mind. Who's your target market? Who's your target market? What time are they most likely going to be on Whatnot? Okay. And I'm telling you, y'all, go to Facebook. That's the easiest way. I'm going to be honest. That's the easiest way. It really doesn't matter what time you're here on Whatnot. I mean, it does to a certain extent, but y'all, there's people on here buying on the platform 24/7. Okay. I hope that helps, my babe. And I know Whatnot is rough sometimes. It is rough sometimes, but you got to keep going. And I believe in you. And there's a lot of people here that believe in you. Okay. So I have a question about groups. They have Messenger that they have on groups within. How do I navigate? I don't use those. I'm not 100% sure, babe. I'm going to always be honest and transparent with you. I don't use those messages. I only go into those groups. I only go into those groups and promote my shows or anything like that. Or maybe I sometimes comment on other people's listings if I have, not listings, I'm sorry, questions and things like that. But I never use those um messenger groups. And the reason why I personally don't is because they seem very spammy to me. They're very, very spammy to me. And I already get like tons of notifications on my phone throughout the day from Whatnot, emails, life, y'all. We get tons of notifications and I don't want to see anybody else's notifications. Look, I'm trying to cancel notifications, not make more. So I don't personally use those. Maybe other people like them. What's up, Peace? How are you, friend? Okay. Hold on one second, friends. I gotta change my music. This is some slow music. Okay. If you guys have any questions, I really hope this is helping you guys, friends. I really, really hope you guys are getting something out of this, okay? If you are, please, 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 make sure you guys go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. This is on there as well. You guys can always come back to it, rewatch it as many times as you guys need to. My name on there is going to be Blasian Bunny TV. If you guys subscribe to me, I will be dropping some content on there very, very soon. So please, we're gonna start by doing these live shows, the Q&As. I do these every other week, okay? Every other week, okay? Okay, let's see here. I don't see any other questions at the moment, so I'm just gonna start talking about random stuff. I got some notes over here, okay? Let's see here. Okay. Oh, we were talking about profiles. Look, y'all was supposed to remind me. Didn't I tell somebody to write down profiles? Okay, we're talking about profiles. There's no point of promoting yourself in these Facebook groups or anywhere on Whatnot if you have a sucky profile. Okay. If your profile just says, "Hi, my name is Amanda," you have no show schedule, you have no bio, you have nothing, you have no profile picture. I'm not gonna take you very serious. I'm just being honest, my friends. Okay. So what do we need to have in order to have a dope bomb profile? First, you need to have a picture. Now, it doesn't have to be a picture of your face, but it needs to be some type of picture, either your business logo, either your face, or maybe a picture of what you're going to be selling. Maybe you're selling jewelry, then have a picture of some jewelry. Something there. Okay, friends? Okay. Besides your profile picture, you need to have a bio. What are some things that we need to have in our bio? You need to have what you sell. Don't make it too long, friends. People don't like reading. People don't like reading. Okay, so don't make your bio too long. Make it very easy to understand what you sell and when you sell it. If you go to my profile, it says I sell exotic snacks, and it says I sell every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's very easy to understand. You can put some personality in there. I have a little funny thing in there. It's not true, but it does sound fun. I put voted best voice on Whatnot. So you can put some kind of funny something in there to kind of make people laugh or kind of get them curious about what you're doing. Yeah, do that. And then y'all just like I said, don't do too much. Don't do too much because people are not gonna read all of that. I promise you. They're gonna be like, that's a big paragraph. I'm not reading all of that. That's too much. Put something funny in there. I always make fun of Q. You guys know my friend Secondhand Sarcasm. In her bio, she said she might be a retired stripper. I'm not saying that you should put that in your profile, but y'all, it does make you remember it. It does make you remember it. So do something that's memorable, that people are gonna remember you by. So that's my little fun thing in there. I put that I voted best voice on Whatnot. Okay. So you done that. Make sure you have at least 3 shows scheduled. At least 3. Well, buddy, I don't know when those shows are. I don't care. Push them out if you need to. Put them out in advance. And the reason why is because you need to create some momentum for yourself. Especially if you're new, you need to collect some bookmarks. We'll go into bookmarks here in a second. You need to collect some excitement about it. If you are a seller here on the platform and you don't have any shows scheduled, I'm like, look, we supposed to be honest with each other, right? I don't think you're very serious. If you don't have any shows scheduled, I don't think you're very serious about this, friends. Even if it's, I've even seen people schedule their shows out months in advance. If you have to do that, friends, sure. Do I advise it? No, but you need to have something. You need to have at least 3 shows on there so people can bookmark you. Don't, like I said, there's no point in promoting yourself if there's nothing there to see. Okay. Make sure you have some good thumbnails on there as well. And then after you've made sure that you have a good profile, now you can go promote yourself because now you're giving something for people to follow. Okay. If you want to put your social medias in your profile, you're more than welcome to do that. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Now, I do not. I highly, 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 highly recommend that you do not put, I also sell on eBay, Macari, Poshmark. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's a competitor of Whatnot, y'all. Don't do that. It's distasteful. It's distasteful. Okay? Don't do that. Show your socials though. Show your socials. Okay? Alrighty. Let's see. What else we got? What else we got, y'all? Okay, another thing. Make sure. Okay, I got the next thing on here. Is build hype in advance. Schedule your shows at least 1 week in advance. It's okay. Yes, if you're doing a pop-up, if you're like, you know what, I just kind of want to sell today. I usually don't sell on, let's say, Sundays. I usually don't sell on Sundays, but I just want to get on. Sure, you can do that. But I highly recommend that you schedule your shows at least 1 week in advance. That way you can collect bookmarks. Now, this bookmarks mean that you're gonna have, like, when I did my first snack show about a year and a half ago, y'all, I had like 400 bookmarks. Does that mean I have 400 people on my show? No, it did not mean that. But that means there was 400 notifications that went out, and the more notifications that go out, the more likely they'll come to your show. What's up, Amy? How are you, babe? More notifications mean the likelihood that more people are gonna come. Now, when someone bookmarks your show, technically, what is supposed to happen is when you hit the go live button as a seller down below, right before you start your show, they will get a notification on their phone that says, Blasian Bunny just started her show named this. And then they'll click it and they'll come and say hi. Okay, that's how it works. So you want to try to get as many bookmarks as you can, but it doesn't guarantee that all those people are going to be there. I always feel bad when people are like, I had this many bookmarks, but then people didn't show up. That's okay. It's totally okay. Totally okay. Bookmarks does not equal people in your show. It just means that they're excited to come to your show. It's kind of like if you send invitations out and they're like, it's like yes, no, maybe. It's like they're saying maybe, if that makes sense. Okay. Are you coming to my wedding? Maybe. I might be there. Y'all, did y'all hear about the people who are charging their guests for their weddings? And if they didn't show up, oh no, they weren't charging, they only charged people who didn't show up. They would like send them bills in the mail because they RSVP'd and then they didn't show up. So they're like, you actually owe us $376.17 because we paid for you to be here and you didn't show up. I don't know how I feel about that, but it is interesting. It is interesting. Okay, so make sure that you build some hype, and then make sure, friends, that you also have stuff in your bin as well. We talked about this earlier. You can have stuff in your bin as early as posting your show. So if you have your show a week in advance, you can also put things in your bin a week in advance if you can. If you can, have something in there. People can totally buy from you even if you haven't done your show. So try to put some stuff in there so people can look even when your show isn't started yet. Okay. All right, let's see here. Da-da-da. Oh, engaging with your audience. How do you keep people engaged? Oh, I think I had a question. Hold on, let me go back up really quick. Would you mind looking at some of my thumbnails? I want someone else's opinion. Yeah, sure. I can do that really quick. Okay. Okay, first looking at your profile, love, and we're looking at one closet underscore restore. That this is Becca. She is a newer seller here on the platform. Let's see here. You said just the thumbnails? I think your thumbnails are cute. Women's shopping spree. I love the first one for tomorrow at 8:30. That one's really cute. Oopsie, I clicked into it. I usually do this on my iPad. I think you have some really good thumbnails. I think you're on the right track. Looks like you're collecting your bookmarks. Keep doing your thing, friend. The only piece of advice that I will say when I look at your profile quickly is try to get that shipping time down as much as you can. You want to try to stay as close as the 2 day shipping time as you can. I understand things come up, but try to get that down as much as you can, because sometimes people won't purchase if they see a high shipping time. But I think other than that, I read your profiles. It was really cute, and then I love your thumbnail. So keep doing your thing, babe. Yep, good, good. As long as you get that down, I think you're definitely on the right track. And welcome to Selling on Whatnot, babe. Okay, let's continue on, friends. We're gonna probably be on for a little bit longer. My phone is about to die, y'all. I did not charge my phone like I was supposed to. Okay, let's see here, friends. Now I do want to say this. Okay. Um, During your show, if you want to get more people in your show, you want to make sure that you're engaging with your audience if you can. Now, this is a different kind of show, friends. I can't see all the people who are coming in, but when you can, friends, try to say hi to the people who are coming in and try to refer to them by name. Once you see like someone coming in, hi, Kimberly, welcome in. When you see it, friends, try your best to say hi to them. People love the sound of their own names. So if you can say their name, make sure you can do that whenever you can. That's always a really nice touch that you can to engage with your audience. You can definitely ask questions. Like I always say, like ask people like, what state are you guys from? What time is it where you're at? What's the weather like? You can ask some very basic questions like that, and people will respond. Since I do snack shows, I'll be like, do you guys like Pizza Hut or Domino's better? Do you guys like Pepsi or Coke better? Like things like that to just get people talking and saying things in your shows. I think my biggest pet peeve when it comes to Whatnot, being a buyer, because I'm a seller, but I'm also a buyer here on the platform. My biggest pet peeve is when I want to buy something from someone and I want them to show it to me and they're not paying attention to the comments. Friends, please, 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 please. Now, this is a different kind of show. We're doing a Q&A show, but when you guys are doing your normal shows, you need to try to read as many of the comments as possible because you could potentially be missing out on money. It is hard to watch. I agree. You could potentially be missing out on money if you're not paying close attention to your comments. This is why I highly, highly recommend having two devices. Two devices. So I do my main streaming, what you guys see me right here is going to be my phone. And then I do also have a second device, which is going to be my computer in the background. So try to have two devices. If you're doing clothes, maybe have like an iPad. I see a lot of people do iPads and things like that, so they can kind of see as they're showing stuff. Something that's conveniently in front of you guys, maybe a second phone, um, something like that, friends. Try to stay close to your comments as much as you can, okay, friends? It grinds my gears. Now I will ask twice because I know that it's hard to maintain a chat because I'm a seller too. So I will ask twice. But y'all, if they're just really not paying attention, then I'll just swipe out and be like, well, I guess that was God telling me I shouldn't be spending my money. Okay, so try your best. Try your best to stay on top of your comments. If you have a mod, sometimes mods will also help you with requests. You do not have to have a mod. I don't know. There's been this thing where people feel like they have to have a moderator. Thank you so much for the follow, Kimberly. I appreciate you. They have to have a moderator in order to do their shows. Y'all, that's 100% not true. Is it nice? Sure. But y'all, I didn't have a moderator for my show for at least like a year. And I did just fine without a moderator. Thank you, Jay. There's a prime example of someone being a moderator. I appreciate you, babe. It's definitely not necessary, okay, friends. I literally have two moderators, y'all. Look, okay. I'm just saying. You don't need them, but they are nice, okay. Okay, let's see here. Oh my gosh, this is a big one. Maintain good vibes. Maintain good vibes, y'all. I think I need to say it a third time. Maintain good vibes. Y'all, have you ever been in a show? Have you ever been in a show and like the seller is like yelling at you, and they're like pissed, they're mad, they're upset. Come on, guys, this is worth $50. We're at $10 right now. I need you guys to swipe. Like, what's going on? You guys are stealing from me. Like this. Oh my god. Like, I'm not buying from that person. Me personally, I'm gonna swipe right out. You should never. Anytime somebody swipes on any of your products, they're supporting you. Even if they didn't end up winning, listen, even if they didn't end up winning the bid, they supported you because they swiped. You never make your customers feel bad for supporting you. If this, let's just say, I know this is not worth $50, y'all, but let's say for this is worth $50 and I wanted $50 for it, but it only sold for $10. Why would I make my customer feel like crap because they supported me? If you wanted to get $50 out of this item, you know what you should have started it at? You should have started at $50. If I go to Target and the sales sticker says that it's $1, and then I take this to them, I go and it rings up, boop 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 boop, $1. You think the cashier is gonna yell at me and say, "This is worth $15. You're stealing this from Target." That's what you started it for. I'm gonna go up really quick. I'm gonna read the comments. I'm gonna calm myself down real quick. I'm gonna read some of the things y'all saying, and then I'm gonna go back to my rant here in a second. Okay. Um, Louder for the people in the back now. Yes, not jokingly, but no, seriously. I can't stand when sellers do that, and I'm an immediate unfollow. Yes, absolutely. Act as if you have a huge number of people, even though there's a few. Exactly, and that's what I always did. This little number up here, if you have to, as a new seller, get a sticky note and put a little sticky on top of that. Put a sticky on how many people are in your room. If you have to, the number of people in your room, it gave me anxiety. When I first started, y'all, I would always look at that number and I'm like, oh my God, there's only 7 people in here. Oh my God, there's only 3 people in there. Don't worry about that number. The number it doesn't matter. You do not need a lot of people in your show. Hey CG, how are you, babe? You do not need a lot of people in your show to have a successful show. You do not need a lot of people in your show to have a successful show. When I was doing women's contemporary clothing, I remember this show like it was yesterday. It was one of my first shows that I did. And I had 4 people in my room. And I was showing stuff, and this lady, she swiped on something that was like a size small. And then I noticed this lady, she swiped on something that was a size extra large. I was like, okay, whatever. And then noticed that she swiped on something that was a medium. And I was like, I got curious because there's not a lot of people in my room, so we're a little bit more intimate. And I said, I noticed that you're getting like a lot of different sizes. Are you buying for more than one person? She was like, yeah, I have 3 daughters, and all 4 of us are different sizes: small, medium, large, extra large. So she was buying stuff for her household. You do not need a lot of people in your show to have a successful show. I'm trying to tell you, friends, you only need one person to swipe. You only need one person to swipe. Okay? Make sure that you guys are pricing your items at what the lowest you are willing to accept for it. So if I know, I'm going to use this for example, if I know that I want $5 for this item, then start your bid off at $5. Don't start it for $1. One crafty mama, thank you so much for the follow. Don't start off for $1 and hope. Oh my god, I need 4 more people to swipe on this. No, don't stress yourself out like that. If you need this to sell for $5, if that's the lowest that you can go to make a profit, then sell it for $5. If somebody doesn't swipe on it, it's okay. Show it again another time. It's not a big deal. Trust me. Just because you have a sold out show doesn't mean you made profit. If I sell all of these coffees, maybe I have 100 of these coffees, and I sold them for $1 each, that means I'm going to make 50 cents on every sale. That means I made $50. If I bought 100 of these, guess what? I lost money because I didn't set it up properly. When it comes to pricing, you know what? Hold on. Let me bring this up really quick, y'all. I want to talk about this real quick. When it comes to pricing your items, there's a lot of things that you need to take into consideration. Okay. May I ask what made you choose snacks to sell from clothes? Okay, so I'll say this quickly and then we'll go back to pricing items. So when I started here on the platform, I sold on other platforms that were like clothing platforms. So I never had sold live before. So I did enjoy selling clothing, but when I came here on Whatnot and I started selling clothing live, personally, me personally, I didn't enjoy it. It was not fun to me. I didn't like doing the measurements live. It's just me personally, I didn't like it. So I decided to change and do something that I enjoy. And I highly recommend anyone that if you're selling here on the platform and you don't like what you're selling, you need to change categories, period. Because Whatnot is too hard. There's peaks and valleys. There's going to be some really low days. There's going to be some good days. There's going to be some bad days. And you need to really enjoy what you're doing because if you don't, you're going to quit. Okay, so then I started selling makeup, which I really enjoyed. And then when I was about a year and a half ago, Whatnot introduced the snacks and drink category. It was a brand new category. And my name Blasian means I'm half black and half Asian. So I grew up with some really like interesting foreign snacks. So I was like, okay, well, maybe I can start selling exotic snacks here on the platform. So I started doing that with makeup, and then it just went really well for me. And I don't get me wrong, I enjoy selling makeup, but I love selling snacks. And guys, I never would have thought when I signed up for this platform, I didn't think I was gonna be selling snacks. I sell bags of potato chips, y'all. I would have never thought that, but I really love it. I have so much fun doing it. I love sourcing for it. I love talking about these weird flavors that I have. I love trying it with you guys. Like, it's so fun to me. So I highly recommend if you're selling something here on the platform and you don't like it, consider trying something else. This is why I highly recommend that you start small. You start small. Don't invest so much money in inventory because you don't even know if you like it yet. You haven't you have to experience it. Don't say, "Oh, I did one show and I didn't like it." That's not enough time to know if you like something or not. I mean, maybe it is, but I would say give it a chance. Give it a chance, okay, friends? So that's how I started selling snacks. And then I would do my makeup shows, and the people would be like, so where are the snacks at? Like, I'm here for the snacks. So then I realized that you guys would cuss me out if I didn't sell snacks more often. So then eventually I just started selling snacks all the time. But look, they won't look, my customers won't let me sell anything else. They gonna beat me up. They gonna send me death threats, girl. Look. So yeah, that's how I started selling snacks. Okay, let's go back to pricing really quick, y'all. No matter, this is just something that some notes I took. No matter what you sell here on the platform, use this rule: sell your items the lowest you are willing to accept for it. Like I said, if you know you need a minimum of five, what's up, Mercy? How are you? If you know you need a minimum of $5 on this particular item to make a profit, then that's what you need to have your starting bid for. $5. Okay. These are some things that you need to consider. I have a list of things that you need to consider when it comes to pricing your items. Okay. It's not just how much did you buy the item for, it's so much more than that. Okay. When it comes to your starting item, these are the things that you need to consider. Y'all got your pen and paper? Y'all got your notebooks, pen and paper? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? How much did the item cost you? The gas it took for you to drive to get that item there and back. Or if you're getting your item shipped to you, what was the cost of the shipping price? Because shipping is expensive. Whatnot fees. Thank you so much for the share, friend. I appreciate you. Whatnot fees. That's 8%. Credit card fees are going to be 2.9% plus 30 cents. Your shipping supplies, like your tape, your labels, you got it. All this stuff costs money. All this stuff costs money. If you're doing freebies, I buy these little freebie bags and put candy in here for everyone. That costs me money. That's not free. Okay? People always forget about this next one. You have to pay yourself for your time. Your time. You have to pay yourself for the time that it takes for you to do all of this. The time for you to search for the items. The time it takes for you to sell the items on Whatnot. The time it takes for you to pack all of the items. You hear what I'm saying, friends? There's a lot of things you have to keep in consideration when you're coming up with your price for your items. And then on top of this, people always forget about this. You need to make enough money. You need to make enough money so that you can buy more inventory. You have to 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 buy more inventory If you just break even, what was the point of doing the show? You wasted time. There was no, if you're going to break even when it comes to all of that stuff, there was no point of you doing that show. At the end of the day, this is a selling platform. We're here to make money. Yes, you might be doing it. There's some people that might be doing this as a hobby. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you just want to get some stuff out of your house that you've been sitting on for a while. Totally fine. But if you're here to make money, then make sure that you're profiting. Keep all of those things in mind. And those are just the things that I thought of at the top of my head. I'm sure there's some other things that we need to consider. But don't forget to pay yourself. You have to pay yourself. Imagine going to your 9 to 5 job and doing all that work for 8 hours and you don't get a paycheck. Does that make sense, my friends? I'm not selling anything right now, friend. We're having a seller support show where you guys can ask me any question you guys want when it comes to Whatnot. If you want to buy something, I do sell exotic snacks from all over the world. They are in my bin right now. But today, this is not a selling show. I appreciate you being here. Okay? Imagine going to your 9 to 5 job and you did all that work and you didn't get a paycheck. That's how I want you to look at Whatnot. Make sure you are considering how much it costs to do certain things. Okay? Now, friends, you're not going to get it at first. It takes time to learn all that, but please keep in consideration all of these things. Does that make sense, my friends? You have to buy more inventory. Guys, Whatnot is my full-time job. I literally cannot afford. Whatnot is my full-time job. Me personally, this is just my story. I personally cannot afford to do $1 starts. I cannot feed my face for $1 starts. I will not have lights or internet if I do $1 starts. Are $1 starts exciting? They sure are. They are very fun. But if somebody buys this for $1, first of all, it cost me more than $1 to buy this. But if I sell this for $1, that means I make 50 cents. So that means I'm negative money already and I've sold something and I still got to pack it. Okay? I'm going to say it one more time. Sell your items the lowest that you are willing to accept for it. Now remember, everyone wants a deal here on Whatnot. So I'm not saying that I used to sell Jeffree Star lip gloss. I don't have it in front of me, but I used to sell a lot of beauty and makeup on here. Now on Jeffree Star's website, a tube of lipstick or lip gloss is going to be about $25. Does that mean that since I did my research and that tube of what's up, Sammy? How are you? Tube of lipstick is $25 that I on Whatnot should sell it for $25? No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Do your research on your products, but why would I buy from you for $25 when I can go to Jeffree Star personally at his website and buy it for the same price? People do want deals here on Whatnot. So like I said, sell your items the lowest you are willing to accept for it. Period. Everyone's price is going to be different. I might be willing to do something for $5. Someone else might be willing to do it for $10. Everyone's thing is going to be different. It's customized to whatever your business goals are. If your business goal is, I got all these clothes and I just want to get rid of them, you're going to have different goals than someone who says, I have to pay my rent with this money. You get what I'm saying? It's different for everyone. Whatever your personal situation is. Okay? Me personally, I'd rather sell half of my items. If I have 100 items, I'd rather sell 50 of those items and make profit than sell out 100 of those items and break even. I'm gonna say that one more time. I'd rather sell half of my items and get profit than sell 100% of my items and break even or go negative. Now, is it weird when we show something and someone doesn't buy it? That's okay. Maybe they really like that dress, but it wasn't their size. Okay, just go to the next one. It didn't sell this time. That's okay. It just wasn't the right buyer. It's not that you have the wrong price. It's not that you have the wrong stuff. It's just that you don't have the right buyer in front of you right now. It's okay. I promise. It'll sell eventually. Carrie, how are you, babe? Welcome in. Welcome, welcome in. We're doing the seller support show. We're gonna be wrapping up here soon. Welcome, welcome in. How was your show, y'all? Carrie sells books and snacks. How are you, my dear? Did you have a great show? We're gonna do a giveaway really quick, friends. My name is Blasian Bunny. I sell exotic snacks from all over the world. We're doing a seller support show where you guys can ask me anything you guys want when it comes to Whatnot. So we're just doing that. I do this every other week. This is my way to give back to the Whatnot community, so I can answer some questions. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Let me go back. Thank you for speaking the reality for real. This needs to be heard. Yes, for sure. And I just want to be honest. I want to be honest with you guys, okay? I just want to be honest because I wish that I had a friend. Look, I wish I had a me when I started, okay? Because I didn't know anyone. I didn't know who to ask questions to. I didn't have no friends, y'all. I didn't know anything. I just learned as I went. So if I can help you guys in any kind of way, then I hope that I could do that, okay, y'all? I don't have all the answers, but I got some of them, okay? Speaking the truth, I love it. I started and needed to hear this. Yes, absolutely, one crafty mama. It is going to feel weird at first. Like, we watch like these bigger sellers, y'all, and we be like, oh my God, they can put up a booger and somebody's going to buy it. But they built that. They built that community of people. Okay, y'all. It takes time. Never, ever, 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 ever compare the beginning of your journey to someone's middle journey. Okay. I don't know why I said booger. It was the first thing that came to my mind. But you guys get what I'm saying. You guys get what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm a little goofy. I'm a little goofy. Look, Carrie's like, what? She's like, I bring all my friends over here. You talk about boogers. Sorry, Carrie. I hope I don't embarrass you, girl. All right, friends, let me go back up really quick. Let's see. Girl, I'm exhausted. I done like a 10 hours in the last couple days. Oh, Carrie, good. Look at you hustling, girl. Get some rest, girl. Don't forget self-care, girl. Don't forget self-care. I'm so glad you said that. Do some self-care. It's so easy to get burnt out here, Carrie. I've done it before. Take some time for yourself, girl. Y'all, y'all know I do shows often. I've been doing every Wednesday, y'all. I literally take a day off now. Every Wednesday, I don't do anything related to Whatnot. I don't answer messages. I don't come on to look for shows. I don't do any sourcing. I don't do any packing. Like, Wednesdays is my day off. And I started it literally last week, y'all. I literally started last week, and it has been so rewarding that I'm looking forward to Wednesday. I'm like, I can't wait for my day off. Y'all, look, I don't even know what I'm going to do. I ain't got no plans, but sometimes no plans are the best plans. So, y'all, don't get burnt out. It's so easy to get burnt out. Carrie, take some time for yourself, babe. All right, let's see here. Let me catch up on some of the comments. Chicago kids, the Chica go. That's so sad. All right, what do you do if someone doesn't ship after 3 or 4 days? I'm almost tipped to cancel. Great question. Have you already reached out to the seller? I would highly recommend that if you have a seller who hasn't sent something to you yet, give the any issue that you have here on Whatnot. Always, 100% of the time, always talk to the seller first. Most of the time, they will fix it for you. Always give that opportunity to the seller though. Okay. Have you reached out to the seller? Yes, please. Guys, there's been so many situations where someone if they had like a bad experience or something didn't work out right, or maybe there's something happened with the shipping, anything, and they didn't give me the opportunity to fix it for them, or maybe they just misunderstood what was going on, and it just always I personally, I always want my person to reach out to me so I can make it right for them. Not yet, but I wanted to ask. Yes, absolutely. Definitely reach out to them first. Give them, and remember, especially if they're a bigger seller, give them a little bit of time to respond, because y'all, I'm not a big seller at all, and I get a buttload of messages every day. So I can only imagine what big sellers are getting, okay? You haven't received any tequila. Oh, my envy. I'll work on that one. How are you, friend? Yes, always reach out to them. Give them a 20 maximum. Give them a maximum, at least 24 hours, but maximum 48 hours. If they haven't shipped it yet, or they haven't responded to you yet, then I would escalate it to Whatnot. Okay, escalate it to Whatnot. Canceling orders, that isn't always 100% work. And the reason why I say that when it comes to you guys as buyers is because, for example, I swear I'm not a big seller. I appreciate that. That was very nice of you. But I swear I'm not a big seller. I'm not. I'm far from it, girl. But I appreciate that. That was so sweet of you. What was I gonna say? When it comes to like canceling your order as a buyer, that doesn't always 100% work. Just so you know. Oh, let's see who our giveaway winner is gonna be. Congratulations to BSF623. Hi, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations. I'm going to be sending you a motivational card. It's an inspiring quote that's going to be on it with this beautiful floral decor on the back. It's just going to give you some positivity or motivation. Sometimes we need that. You can put it like on your bathroom, mirror, your refrigerator, or your vanity, something like that. Okay, my friend. And you just got some discounted shipping, so I appreciate you being here. And another big shout out to Carrie for bringing your friends over here. Yes, and that's what I was gonna say, Envy. You're absolutely right. The seller can definitely decline your cancellation. That doesn't 100% work all the time, Chicago kid. Okay, because I get cancellations sometimes, and people give me these weird cancellations. You're more than welcome, my friend. I'm so glad that you're here. Some people give me not notification cancellations sometimes for like really weird stuff. Like people will be like, I thought about it, and I really don't want this stuff anymore. uh, I'm not gonna accept that cancellation because it's not fair to me as a seller. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just have buyer's remorse. Like once you guys make a swipe here, it is kind of like a legal binding contract, kind of. You know what I'm saying? But if you're just having a bad experience, again, just reach out. Always, please, always reach out to your seller first. Okay? I know them too. I'm going to ask them to come. Them to come Monday. Yeah, just talk to them. Talk to them because you know sometimes things happen. There's even been one time, and I'm not trying to scare you guys, but there's been one time where my packages got stolen. So like it happens sometimes. So like my postman comes to pick up all of my packages for me. And one time, y'all, some of my packages got stolen. So I had to figure out which packages got stolen. I thought they went with the other ones, but they didn't. And I had to reimburse all those people for their stuff. Okay, so just it happens sometimes, friends. It happens. So yeah, just reach out to them. Will Whatnot refund for orders not received? Um, I'm not sure, Snow Bunny. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I've never had a situation where a package didn't arrive to my customer. And I think that I'm at like 13,000 items sold. So it's never happened for me that someone's stuff just never showed up. Could it happen? Sure. It just hasn't happened to me. So I don't think that's very common, but I'm sure that they would repay you your money back because once USPS has hold of the boxes, um then it's kind of in the hands of USPS. So they have every box you send is technically under insurance. Each package that's sent out has I think $100 in insurance for it. So Whatnot will put in a claim for you, and they will get reimbursed. Okay. You've experienced it before? Okay, yeah. It's never happened to me before as a buyer or a seller. So I'm sure that it happens. Okay. All right, friends. My phone is flashing red, y'all. Let me see how much time I got. Ooh, we got 14%. We got 14%, y'all. So I'm gonna give y'all about 10 more percent of me. Okay. I'm gonna give you about 10 more percent of me, and then we're gonna raid, friends. We're gonna raid. Okay. Speaking of raids, there's no reason if you were a seller here on the platform that you were not raiding into another seller, period. Period, poo. There's no reason why you shouldn't be raiding into someone else for a couple different reasons. Now, the only reason why I could think somebody wouldn't want to raid is like, oh, I only have one or two people. I can understand that, but you still should be raiding. I'm gonna tell you why. You should. Oh, if you don't know what a raid is like we have 32 people in the show right now. A raid is instead of me ending the show, I take all 32 of those people and we go to someone else's show. That is what a raid is here on Whatnot. Whatnot is all about community here. So if I take 32 of my friends into a new place, that is my way of supporting that seller that we're going into, right? Not only am I supporting them, now they're going to give you a shout out and be like, hey, thank you so much, Blasian Bunny. We appreciate the rate. Now you're getting your more eyeballs on you as well. Okay, friends? So it's kind of like I scratch your back, you scratch mine kind of situation. And it just builds the community here on Whatnot, okay? You should be rating all the time. Now, the question is, people always like, should I rate up or down? up means you want to raid like someone who has more viewers than you in their show, and then raid down obviously means the opposite. Sometimes people raid their friends. It depends on what your goals are, friends. It really depends. Oh, thank you so much. You're so sweet, friend. It really depends on what your goals are, right? I do a mix of both. I do a mix of both. If I see someone on, my primary thing that I do is I always try to rate people who have rated me to pay it forward. That's my first way. So if when I go into who I'm rating, when you go into who I'm rating, I will be like, okay, let me see if there's someone who's rated me so I can rate them back. That's always my first priority. Okay. Then after that, friends, it just sees who's on, and it just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. If I'm going to rate up or down, I do a mixture of both. Help the new sellers out. You know what, Nick? Look, we're going to be honest with each other. I've done so many shows, friends. I'm probably on the verge of hitting almost 1,000 shows. So I've done this for a while now, y'all. And the only reason why I don't care for rating too new of sellers is because they don't even know what a raid is. They don't even know what a raid is. So you'll raid into them and they'll be like, oh, okay, hello. And then they'll just go on. Not saying that I need recognition or anything, but usually they don't even understand what just happened because they're so new. And then also, there's been times where you did either. Oh no, Nick, I did my research. I knew what a raid was before I started selling. But I feel you, friend. And then also, sometimes it could have a negative effect as well. There's been times where I've heard sellers being very overwhelmed by the amount of people that are there, that they freak out and they don't know what to do and they feel defeated because they didn't know how to manage the room. You know what I mean? So I didn't even know that was a thing until recently. So just keep that in mind as well. Exactly, Henry. So and of course you won't know that either. And then also, I don't necessarily like rating into people that I don't know or haven't been into their show yet, because I'm co-signing to whoever I'm going into their room, right? So say for if I just go into a random person's room, which is totally fine, I'm just talking about my experience, and now I've brought you guys to a guy who's yelling at you because you're not swiping enough times. You get what I mean? Like I want to bring my people into a room that I support, if that makes sense. Okay? You can do whatever you want. We're just talking about me and what I like to do. Okay? Okay? I want to take my people. Bunny, you don't know me. I'm sorry, Nick. You're right. I don't know you. Y'all, Nick is my problem child. Don't worry about him. What's up, Nick? Okay, let's go, y'all. I only got 10% left. I only got 10% left. Let me stop blabbing my mouth. Okay, let's see here. Oh man, Missy, you can call me Bunny, by the way. You can call me Bunny. Can you tell me, like, how to set up a giveaway for a show? Do you have to create a listing for it? Yes, you have to create a listing for it, Missy. Actually, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm actually going to be dropping a show, I'm sorry, a video on how to do giveaways and everything you guys need to know about giveaways. So there's a lot of things. A giveaway is just not a giveaway, y'all. I don't recommend it for new sellers for a bajillion different reasons. Um, but yes, you do it like a listing. There's going to give you 3 items, 3 options that you can choose from when you're setting a listing. It will be you could put it as an auction, as a buy it now item, or a giveaway. So you would hit the giveaway option. If you guys are doing giveaways, never ever ever hit the everyone giveaway. There's 3 different types of giveaways. There's an everyone giveaway. There's no benefit to you as a seller to do an everyone giveaway. That means anyone who clicks that button can enter. Never use this option. The second type of giveaway is a followers only giveaway. This is the one that you should be using. The followers only, meaning if I hit that giveaway button, I automatically follow you. I automatically follow you now. And the reason why you want that, because now you get a benefit or an incentive for giving away. Because now if I do a giveaway, let's say there's 37 people here, I'm just use that as an example. Now I have 37 new followers. That next time they come on the app, I potentially might be on their For You page. Does that make sense? Okay. And then last but not least, there is a buyer's appreciation giveaway, which means if you are a buyer, you can get in the giveaway, but there's technically a caveat to that, where if somebody wants to fill out a form, they can, and they can still enter the giveaway. It is very frowned upon here on Whatnot, but people still do it. Like I said, I will go into detail on YouTube about this, y'all, and we'll get down and dirty with everything when it comes to giveaways. Okay. So I'll show you really quick. So if you click right here and hit add, and then you go to temporary listing, auction, buy it now, giveaway. See? Auction, buy it now. You want to make sure giveaway is highlighted. And then you just fill it out like normal. Okay? I want you to understand, friends, when you do giveaways, you as a seller pay for 100% of the giveaways. Okay? You have to pay for the shipping it costs to get to that person, and you have to pay for the item that you're giving away. Okay? Some people don't realize, they think Whatnot's paying for the shipping. No, that comes straight out of your profit. I do not recommend doing giveaways as a new seller. That's just me. Other people will have other opinions about it, but y'all came to my show and that's my opinion, okay? I do not recommend doing giveaways as a new seller. I just don't. I talked about it earlier because you don't want to work in the negative. You don't want to go to the negative, okay? If you guys want to rewatch this show, I only have a couple percent left on my phone. I'm so sorry. I should have charged my phone more because y'all know I could talk. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube, Blasian Bunny TV. You can watch this whole entire thing over again as many times as you want. If you go over there, can you guys say hi in the comments to me so I know that you're there? That would make me smile, and I love smiling, y'all. Okay, just say hi, buddy, or you can say something else. Be nice, Nick. I know you're gonna say something crazy. Not the Nick that just came in. I'm sorry, the other Nick. Nick Rad, you're cool. Okay, that was so great. As soon as I said Nick Rad came in. See, Nick nodded. Nick, I do talk for days. I do, but that's Nick. That's why I'm voted best voice here on Whatnot. Okay, okay. All right, friends. Let's see how much percent I got left. Oh, y'all, we got 5% left, and then we gotta go. We gotta go. I hope this was super beneficial to you guys. I love talking to you guys. What's up, Maddie? Welcome back, friend. How are you? Every time I come in, you're leaving. I'm sorry, friend. Transfer. Do you have your notifications on, friend? So if you follow me, if you sorry, it's on this side. If you follow me in the notification bell, if it's white, click that notification bell, and then if it's white, I think that means all notifications. You'll get a notification on your phone every time I go live. Okay? Or you can go to my profile and bookmark these shows that you want to come to, so you get a notification as well. Okay? I'm so sorry, friend. You're in the confidence building stage for your Whatnot shows. Is that what you mean? Like you're trying to build confidence to start, build the courage. Yeah, I understand, Henry. It is kind of scary at first, but this is the way that I ease anxiety. Okay, y'all, I've probably done 500 shows. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I've probably done 500 shows, and I've streamed for thousands of hours here on the platform. And if it makes you feel any better, Henry, every time before I hit go live, I get nervous. I get nervous every single time. So for me, the butterflies never went away, but a way to ease the anxiety is, one, you can get a post-it note and put it over how many people are in your room. Put that so you don't see it. It used to, when I first started, it was kind of gave me a little bit of anxiety when it was like too low or too high. So put a sticky note over that, and I want you to sell as if there's 100 people in your show every time. I want you to give it your all every time. And another way to ease the anxiety is to talk to everyone as if they are your friends. As if they're your friends. If they're your friends, that's why I'd be like, hi, friends. You guys, you'll see me. Somebody come to my next show and do a tally mark of how many times I say friends. Y'all say that's my word, because in my head, not only you guys are my friends, but in my head it makes me feel better. Like, okay, these are my friends. If I were to tell my friends about this coffee, how would I explain this coffee to my friend? And if I'm talking to my friends, I feel relaxed and cool. You know what I mean? So that's the best piece of advice I can give you. And then just practice. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect, okay? That's a drinking game idea. That is funny. You're not the first person who said that, Missy. That is so funny. I'm not encouraging that though, Missy. Don't put that on me. First show, don't get overwhelmed if you sell. If you wait, first show, don't get overwhelmed if you sell. You sell, just put yourself out there. Yeah, your first show is gonna suck. It is. You might not sell anything, and that's okay. The hardest part about starting here on Whatnot is hitting the go live button for the first time. The hardest part on Whatnot is hitting the go live button for the first time. That's it. After you get past that part, y'all, it gets easier. I promise. Even if you don't want to show your face. If you guys come to my normal shows, I rarely ever show my face ever. I'm a hand model. Guys, if you don't want to show your face, you don't have to. If that makes you feel uneasy, start showing other things. Like if you do, just face the camera the other way. Or if you're doing clothing, okay, let me scoot over a little bit. If you're doing clothing, be like, okay, well, this is I don't have a hanger, but you put this on a hanger, right? So you'd be like, okay, this is this sweater. Okay, y'all, it's upside down. I'm not doing a good example. Hold on. You'd be like, this sweater. You know, I'm not in the picture. This is just a warm, fuzzy sweater that you can use. You guys get what I'm saying? You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. If that's gonna make you nervous. My first show, I sold 130 items and had over 100 people in my show. I thought I was going to pass. Good for you! Congratulations on that, friend. That's awesome. Girl, my first show, I had 4 people. I had 4 people in my first show. And you never know. Friends, I always say this. Stay prepared. Stay ready. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Okay, friends? You never know where you're going to get rated. You never know where you're going to get rated, okay? Never know when you're gonna get rated. Let me say this really quick because only got a couple percent on my phone, y'all. I'm flashing red. Again, if you guys want to if you're coming in late and you want to rewatch this show, you can either pay for it down here for $5. You can watch it for 60 days on the rewatch, okay, friends? Or go to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can watch it there for free, okay? So it's Blasian Bunny TV. If you want to watch it there for free, go subscribe to my channel. For a raid, if you get a raid, do not freak out. Be prepared. Be prepared in advance if you get a raid. Okay? No matter if it's a raid of 1 person or a raid of 1,000. You could get a raid of 1,000 people. I know that sounds crazy, but it's true. Stay prepared. If you get a raid, the first thing I want you to do is say thank you. Okay? Okay, well, I'm sorry. Be back. First thing you do is breathe. You gotta breathe first, okay? We're gonna breathe first, okay? After you breathe, then you want to figure out who rated you and you want to say thank you for rating, okay? Then you want to introduce yourself because these people have no idea who the heck you are. Have some type of sentence that you say every time you get rated. If you guys wanted my example, mine is welcome in Raiders. My name is Blasian Bunny. I sell exotic snacks from all over the world. Simple, okay? Tell them what you sell, okay? Make sure you guys go into the bin, and then, friends, show your best items. I don't care if 3 minutes before you just showed those same items. Always show your best items when you get a rated. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate you for your support. Always show your best items when you get a raid. Now, whatever you declare as best, okay, it could be the most expensive or best quality or coolest, whatever you decide that you want. You got. And then me personally, you don't have to. This is not a requirement, but me, I like to do a giveaway, a followers giveaway when I get rated because now I have new eyeballs in. And if I do a followers giveaway, I have new followers who are gonna now be with me, okay? And then you guys know that the giveaways run for 5 minutes. So I use that 5 minutes when I get a raid, when I start the giveaway as my 5 minutes to shine. I have new people's attention for 5 minutes. Do your best as you can for 5 minutes, friends. Okay? You don't have to do the giveaway though. As long as you just say thank you to that person and tell them that you appreciate it, that's enough. But if you would like to do a giveaway, this is when I usually do giveaways, okay? All right, y'all. I think I seen one last question. In your opinion, which is better, showing your face or not showing your face? Great question, Missy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Whatnot did some statistics and things like that. Sellers who show their face are more likely to make more sales. I didn't say guaranteed. Sellers who show their face are more likely to make more sales because people are actually going to be connected to you. You understand? I don't show, but please understand, Missy, I don't show my face when I do my shows. I show my snacks because for me, I want people to be focused on the snacks and be able to actually see. Like I can show you guys like this, but if I do it from the other point of view, you guys can actually see the labels. You can actually read what's going on. You understand? That's just me. That's just me and how I like to do it. But I feel like people love connecting with a face. Instead of them just hearing my that's why when I do these shows, people are like, oh my god, Bunny, that's what you look like. Like, I never seen your face before because they're not used to seeing it. Because I usually don't show my face. So I think people enjoy face-to-face personal interaction. That's why it feels like you know these people personally because you can see them, their face expressions, how they interact, things like that. Okay? So Missy, it depends on what you sell. Okay. What did you say, Nick? I got a billion comments going on right now, Nick. I can't keep up. What's up, Study and Sweets? How are you guys? We're wrapping up here shortly, y'all. I have, let's see. Let's see how much phone percent I have. All right, y'all. We getting close. I literally got 2 minutes, y'all. Is there anything you guys want to talk about before we head out, y'all? Last call. Last call. Hold on. Is that better? Okay. Last call. Last call, friends. What else you guys want to talk about? Don't forget, if you haven't already, please, 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 please. I'm going to say it one more time. One more time. If you guys could be so kind enough, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. That would be really, really awesome. If you guys want to rewatch this show, it is on there right now. You can watch it as many times as you want. And then if you're there, please, 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 please make sure you say hi in the comments so I can say hi back to you, okay? So Blasian Bunny TV, y'all, okay? Cancellation consequences for customers and sellers. Ooh, good question. Good question. We'll wrap up with this one, y'all. It depends on who's canceling. If your customers are asking for a cancellation and you don't accept it, I usually accept cancellations depending on the situation. It's a 50-50. Um, if it's like one item and someone bought something for $5, I'm just gonna accept the cancellation. Like I'm not about to be fussing about $5. Like keep your $5, Margaret. I don't care. You get what I'm saying? But if it's like a bigger amount and other people were bidding on that item, and you really didn't give me a reason why, then no, I'm not gonna cancel. If you're like, I just didn't want the item anymore, that's not fair. I don't know why Margaret is the I don't know why Margaret is the name today. Yeah, like Margaret. No, have several seats, Margaret. No offense to anyone's name who's Margaret. We love you. Okay, we're just making names up. Okay. But if they are just like I didn't want the item anymore. Both my Margarets are named Margaret. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. Now you make me feel bad. Natural state of high. I don't know. It's the first thing that came to my head. But anywho, if a seller accepts the cancellation, does that ding? No, it does not. If a seller, and that's why I said it, Haley, it depends on who's asking for the cancellation. If the seller is the first person who asked for the cancellation, it will not ding you as a seller. However, on the reverse of that, if you are canceling items on the seller side, eventually it will ding you. So you want to I've never had to cancel an item, y'all. Try to if even if you like accidentally oversold or something, like maybe you sold one too many, just reach out to your buyers. See if you can make it right in some kind of way. Um just try to stay away from that, okay? Do you have a TV screen set up that you are reading from? I'm reading from my computer. So I have my phone right here, and if you see me reading in the distance, I'm just reading my computer. Just my computer. That's my second device that I use. Going back to the original question, consequences. If I don't accept a cancellation from a customer, I now have the risk of getting a bad review. That has happened to me before. There was a lady, I think she had buyer's remorse. She bought like literally, y'all, she bought 30 items from me in one show, which was amazing. But then like she turned around and was like, she bought on like a Friday evening, and then on Monday she asked for the cancellation because she said that things hadn't been shipped out yet. Well, if you guys know, we have 48 business hours to get 2 days shipping time, business hours to get the items out. So technically, if you got it Friday night, the next business day is Monday. So technically I have until Tuesday to ship those. So I didn't think that was a good enough excuse for me to cancel it. So I said, no, I'm not canceling. You bought 30 items from me. I already have it packed. I'm just waiting for the mailman to pick it up. Like I'm not going to cancel that. Okay. So when I sent them, I declined the cancellation. But then when she got her items, She gave me a 1-star review, guys, and I want you to understand it sucks because she gave me a 1-star review and she had 30 items. So technically that means I got 30 1-star reviews. Do you understand what I just said? I got 30 1-star reviews because of all of the products that she wanted to get what I'm saying? So there is a risk of that. But it did not bring my 5-star rating down because I have so many things, okay? I have so many reviews that it didn't bring it down, but you do bring the risk of that. Exactly, you can. And the thing is, remember, you can only physically see the reviews that people actually make a comment for. Okay, so people can leave you 1-star, 2-star, 3-star reviews without saying anything. So sometimes people are like, why do I have a 4.8 or why do I have a 4.9? I was about to say GPA, girl. Star rating. I'm not even in school, y'all. I don't know why I was gonna say GPA. But anywho, 4.9 rating, but y'all, I'm gonna hold on. Let me try to plug my phone in, y'all, because y'all keep asking me questions. I don't think it's gonna reach. Hold on. I don't think we're gonna be able to do this, y'all. Hold on. Is that charging? Why is it not charging? Un momento. Y'all, I'm on 4%. We ain't gonna make it. I gotta leave, y'all. I gotta hurry up. We on 4%. I don't think my phone gonna make it. Friends, I promise. I love each and every one of you guys. Girl, I know. I don't have no percent left on my phone, and I don't want the show to end. So let me give your last notes. Friends, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Haley, I percent no. Try to stay away from cancellations so you don't even have to know the answer to that question. Okay, friend? Don't cancel your items if you do it 1 or 2 times. I'm sure Whatnot's not going to care, but if it's going to be a reoccurring thing, you will get in trouble for it, and you might even get suspended or kicked from the platform. So don't be that seller who cancel items all the time. Okay, friends? I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here. I do these seller support shows every 2 weeks. Okay, if you guys want to rewatch the show, maybe you came in late, or maybe you just want to hear my lovely voice again, you guys can always go to YouTube and type in Blasian Bunny TV. I did stream this whole live over there, so go rewatch it over there. If you do go over there, make sure you say something in the comments so that I can say hi back to you. Okay, this show was fire. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Misty, thank you so much. Misty, did you message me? Remember, message me any flavors that you don't like or any allergies. Okay, friends, we're gonna rate. I love you guys. When we get there, can you guys please drop those bunny emojis to let them know that the bunny bunch is in the building? We're gonna go to Not Your Mama's Pantry with my brother from another mother. Fundamentals. Bye, guys. Love you.